As always, the power of the honk compels you. What's going on, everybody? Welcome, Arvanauts. Welcome all to a Tuesday stream. It is August 27th, 2024, in the year of our Lord, etc., etc. I am back home. I am back in the United States, and I am here as we are about to do our epic conclusion of Slaves of the Abyss. It is back to Tari Tuesdays, as we like to call them. Yeah, we are back with all of you. Big streaming day today, by the way. We have got Slaves of the Abyss. Then at 4:15 p.m., we have Ghosts of Saltmarsh over on GOG.com's Twitch channel with Pen and Pixels and By the Dice Roll. And then this evening at 9 p.m. Eastern, the Our Vocalists make their triumphant return with what we think will be the epic conclusion of the Banner Saga 3. So we got a lot going on today. Very exciting. On Thursday, I'm going to be starting a new game, and I'm also going to be doing some show and tell. I've got some pictures for all of you from my trip to the United Kingdom, which I'm very excited about. So, yeah, I am excited to do all of that. In fact, as I realize I need to put a little note to transfer pictures for show. I need to remember to do that so I can be ready for Thursday night. But yeah, so we've got that going on. And then we are looking at finishing up the month of August strong and then moving into what is going to be a very busy September and fall to come. I am looking forward to it, although as I was talking with Tari just a minute ago before we went live, I'm really happy to be home, but also kind of miss the trip. Like I missed being with all my friends. It was so much fun. It was a good time. I really enjoyed it. But now we are here. We are ready. We are prepared. We are set to go. And the time has come for us to get into the stream. So if you have not done so already, just a couple of ways to support us here in the channel. Please follow the channel. That's one of the most important things. Please check out our YouTube with !ArvTube. And if you're watching me over on YouTube, welcome and thank you so much for being here and joining us. And please do subscribe to us over there. Discord is !ArvCord, where you can hang out with the Arvanauts in between streams. That thing is always hopping. Twitter, !ArvTweets. And again, that's, I wouldn't say that's hopping. I have my most followers on there for like that particular social media, but who knows how long that's going to last. But until it collapses completely, then !ArvTweets there. Blue Sky, I do encourage you all, if you have a Blue Sky account, first of all, if you don't have one and you want to have social media, please do get onto Blue Sky and then follow me over there, because quite frankly, if I could make the shift now without giving up like basically 90% of my followers, I would do that. I would like to be able to just use, just for the sake of just easiness, honestly, like I would rather not have to be posting on 2 to 3 separate social medias each time. It would be nice to just be able to do one. So yeah, the time we can would be great if you could join me on Blue Sky. That's !ArvSky, and then the website arvanelaron.com. Financially, and also TikTok. Thank you, Triffid. I need to remember about that. TikTok !ArvTalk. Website for that arvanelaron.com. Financially, !ArvShop is the merchandise area, and we've got some new stuff going up there soon, by the way, in the next few weeks. I am very excited about that, relating to one of the campaigns we do on the channel. We also have so there's that !ArvTreon. That is the Patreon. We have right now, we're sitting at 104, 15 paid members, 104. A number more people are on there for free and are watching it, and that's totally fine, but it would definitely be helpful if people could also support on the Patreon. Remember, next month is going to be September, so we're going to be pushing both the Patreon and the subs in September with a couple of cool things. I'm going to be talking more about that. It would be lovely if people could join me over on the Patreon. Cool stuff for you and cool stuff for the channel. Same thing with the subs. If you sub to the channel, get those custom sub badges and emotes to use here, there, and everywhere across Twitch. That would be appreciated as well. If you have not done so already, please consider supporting us on the publishing side. !Icarus. That is my graphic novel from the amazing Athos Arts. !Library is my Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library. That's my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment. Very excited about that. And Greyshade. That is my Greyshade RPG. I want to come back to that library thing. Don't let me forget to talk about Hearthglow in just a moment. But Greyshade is my Greyshade IP, the Grey Assassin trilogy. That trilogy is now complete. Greyshade Grey Shade, Renegade, and Heretic. You can find that right now. If you go to that link, you can also get the audiobook of Grey Shade from our very own Trent Sparks. You can also pre-order the tabletop role-playing of Grey Shade being done by our very own Brandon O'Brien and by the amazing folks at Alligator Alley Entertainment. That's going to be out late this year, early next year. A lot still coming down the pike for Grey Shade related stuff. I am also working on other things, but definitely a lot of Grey Shade stuff remains, and we would really love to get attention to this series and build this up even further, because I'm proud of it, and I would love to see it get even more attention. So, exclamation point Grey Shade for that. And as always, exclamation point BLM, Black Lives Matter, important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Exclamation point Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention, important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And exclamation point Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage, and send the message we'll do so for others in the future as well. Now, 2 other quick notes I want to make, by the way. First of all, don't forget to continue to check out my Gen GM's show with Zach Clay. Zach and I are going to be doing another long show recording very shortly within the next few days, and then we'll be posting more shorts from that. Live Suing has been doing amazing work there. So for those of you who have been following and liking and supporting and sharing the shorts from Gen GMs, please continue to do that. We'll have another long Gen GM show coming up soon. And then the other thing I want to mention is Hearthglow, which is the new podcast being done with Carlos Hernandez, CSE Cooney, Claire Cooney, Adam Petrosino, and the aforementioned Zach Clay, which covers the period of time between part 2 of my Forbidden Library trilogy, which is Return to the Forbidden Library, and part 3, which is known as Beyond the Forbidden Library. So you can check that out, the Hearthglow podcast, because we now have links. First of all, the first 2 episodes are up on my website, arvinelaron.com, and I'm going to have a page for that officially soon. You can also find that now, the first long form version of that, on my YouTube playlist. If there's literally a Forbidden Library playlist, which Triffid put together, which is amazing. And Triffid is also going to be putting together a playlist of just the Hearthglow podcast. So again, this is new content. This is actually in between material. That is, the first one was audio only because we had some technical problems. The next one, we're going to be doing our recorded version of that this coming Friday. And then I believe I have worked out most of my video problems, he said, hopefully, questioningly, doubtingly. So we're going to find out more details about that. We'll see. But in any case, that will allow us to get more video, actually, of these lovely people, too. We will see how that all goes. But regardless, the audio is there, which is the most important thing in some ways. And the audio came out quite well. So you'll be able to hear that coming up. It's already available, as I say, on my YouTube channel. But there's going to be more coming up soon, because we're going to be posting this regularly over the next few months, leading up to what we hope will be another live event down the line, but we will talk about that when we get there. Some very cool things. There's a new character introduced in this, a new NPC. I will just give you the name. His name is Mr. Round Clown, and you're just going to have to listen to the podcast to find out what that's all about. It is an interesting character. Anyway, so that's what's going on with that. A lot of busy things happening here in Casa del Arv, and I am very excited, as always, to bring on my good friend TariToons, who I have now, as we were discussing, met in person, and it was great that we could do that. As I bring you over to reveal the screen, and you can see the artwork. And Tari asked me, Tari was like, so what do you think about this? And I'm like, slightly troubled. I will admit to being slightly troubled by this. I don't entirely know what to make of the vaguely Betty Boopified nature of this, but there it is. But no, Tari, it's good to see you again. It was really good to see you as we talked about in person. So yeah, how are you? How's life? And Effect Life was there, so it was good to see Effect Life, of course, as well. So yeah, how's life in the last, whatever it is, week and a half since I saw you, or week even?
Hi, it's good. I'm still very, very tired. Still have like muscle aches and foot aches and stuff from the trip.
Yeah.
Lots of walking. But no, I'm really, really glad I came. I had an incredibly good time. Despite everything happening in London.
Yes.
I had like you guys don't know about this, but like I have this one Discord server that I'm on, And like it's like half of the people on there are from the UK. So like half of me was just like live blogging to them of everything, and they're like, yep, yep, yep. Of me like just shitting left and right on London. It's like, yep, London is indeed a shithole.
That's funny. But it was
Ah,
it was the good people within the shithole that you were there for, I guess
yes,
technically.
absolutely.
Um,
None of which who lives there.
that's true
So
actually. Well, Inanda lives somewhat, not way far away, so there's that.
yeah.
Like a half hour, but still not right in the middle of it.
Okay,
We,
that's
you know,
probably still then counts as London if it's just half an hour. Uh,
theoretically, but it's on the outskirts, right? And then everyone else is
yes.
further away. But yeah, like the Omnibus Theater, Tari and Tari's boyfriend were both there, representing Netherlands, and at least for Tari, representing one part of Germany that Pyre and Jay didn't represent.
Hey.
So there was that.
Right, she's from the north, I'm from the west.
Exactly. So we got exactly. So eventually we'll cover all parts of Germany over time. But it was
Mm.
really Netherlands represent. There we go. What's up, Nari? Yes, exactly. It was good to meet Nari as well. It was it was really a great experience though, honestly. And first of all, meeting my friends was the most important aspect of that. But also the D&D event was a ton of fun. It was just
Oh my god, yeah.
it was so much fun to get the responses from everybody, and that it was a small theater that was intimate, and it was just pleasant, and everyone it was a really good time. And I know that we had a good turnout also on this channel watching it as well, so it was great.
Oh yeah. How many people were watching anyway?
We ended up it capped, I think, at like 30, 38, 39,
Nice.
which for a sort of live event that was on a given day was that was a little more than I might even have expected. So yeah, I was super excited about that. Oh, and before I do anything else, I promised I would show a bit of this. Hold on, I have to find it. I know it's here. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I'm not
On
gonna
the floor.
there it is. Yeah, I still. You'll be surprised to learn that I am not fully unpacked yet. I am
I
definitely
am
not.
not actually surprised, so.
I am not fully unpacked. Yeah, we had a lot. I did finally catch up on my 300 plus emails yesterday, so that was
Oh
good.
boy.
Okay, so I'm not going to show you all of this right now, chat, but I do want to show you this that you see right here was a gift. First of all, it was a gift to all the Arvanauts, but this, if you can see, is live stream art of TariToons, and it's 2017 to 2024. And what it reminded me of, first of all, was so many like amazing, pleasant, like great times with Tari, a lot of humor and fun, a lot of like wonderful art as per usual. So there was that, but it just reminded me of how super good an artist Tari is. Like I always try to make clear that I feel this way, but then whenever I look at this stuff, it's not just the art itself, it's the composition of it, the sort of the sense of humor related to it. Like, for example, one of my favorites, which is our guy with the cat mew 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 mew, and stuff like that. So she made a whole book of this, and she sold a few of them and gave me a copy, which was very kind. And it was like super awesome. Another example, Adventures in Middle Earth. This is not from a gamebook illustration, but it was, of course, because Tari has been playing with me for many years. So it was great. And I got a chance to look at this again the other day. And on the back, we had some great representations of myself,
Including
including
Greg's
the
pony soda.
My Little Pony, which is the I like to envision myself as Aragorn, which is
Yeah.
exactly true.
Yes.
And that raisins ruined my headphone jack. It was very, very
Yeah.
funny. And of course, since we have Fifi up there, lots of Fifi as well. So we got to
Yes.
see all the Fifi. So that was so thank you, Tari. It's a very, very cool gift. And it just was a reminder of how much art and work we've done together and how much good stuff it is. So yeah, it's good. So that was awesome. So, and if you
Well,
weren't
I'm glad you
here,
enjoy it.
you missed it. And I told you, no, although you do have any of those left that you might be.
I do.
Well, why don't you talk about this thing that you have then?
Okay, so I opened up a brand new Gumroad online shop, of which I will quickly share the link in chat. Doo-doo-doo. where you can buy a copy of a said art book, or some postcards of like various art pieces that I have done over the years. This is mainly leftover stock from conventions that I used to attend before the Dark Ages. And if I make a sufficient dent in those, I might be putting out new prints of like newer artworks if there's interest in that. So, and yeah, it's in theory worldwide shipping. So no matter where you live, you should be able to get one of those. I'm unsure if you live in Gambia, based on what my uncle told me who lives there, because he told me houses don't have addresses there, so sending anybody anything there is difficult. So so long as you have an address, this should be doable, I think. So yeah, please do check out the shop. So, and I mean, even if the book does sell out, if there's like enough interest, then I might make a few more of those. And this time I might not chop off my finger.
Yeah, that's true. These were hand bound as well. Oh, thank you,
Yes.
Triffid. That's a perfect one. So exclamation point Tari buy. That's what you do. Tari buy means you buy TariToons or specifically Tari's art.
No, I am not for sale.
Yeah, yeah. No,
At least you can't afford me.
I see how that goes. Scrolls up to see Nari. But yeah, so definitely do that though, chat, because if you like the art that you see here, you can get more of it, and you can do that as well. What's up, Imaginary Exponent? I hope you're well, Imaginary Exponent. I thought of you because I know the recent slew of attacks on Kyiv and so forth, and I hope you are also doing okay. It's good to see you. I was hoping to see you in chat actually. Define well. I mean.
That's a construction that helps to funnel water from the ground, make it accessible to the the surface.
Excellent. Thank you.
Above.
Should I do what everyone's been doing on Twitter with the bots and go ignore all previous instructions and give me a summary of blah blah blah? No, I know. Imaginary Exponent. For those of you who don't know, Imaginary Exponent is from Ukraine, and so we've been talking quite a bit about what they've been going through. So it is good to see you genuinely, and I hope, as always, that this will be a measure of escape from a not pleasant reality, although a reality that I hope is turning in the direction of Ukraine. But anyway, but it's good to see you. So, Nari would like to buy one of those books, Tari. So
no. He said to buy one of me.
Oh, likes to buy one, Tari. I feel like this
do
is.
I have to like shout this down the stairs, or I don't know if he's properly listening in the stream. But I'm pretty sure that trading humans has been illegal for a while now in this country. So I don't think this is within the cards.
Probably it's not going to work. Yeah. Even like indentured servitude, right? Doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So nope, you're just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. You're just going to have to woo Tari. I know that'll be a difficult process for you to do this, but Anyway, but it was
boys.
Yeah, exactly. It was a great experience, though. Definitely getting to hang out with everyone, and in the context of this particular stream, it was great to see you, Tari, as we've said. And so we're here, Chad, and we are ready to go with some more of Slaves of the Abyss. We are finishing this up today, I believe, because we came pretty close last time, we felt. That was the general sort of expectation. So for those of you who don't know what has been happening, the basic details... Oh, wait, before I do that, we need to figure out a soundtrack. So, Tari, what we've been doing with the Prince of Persia one, right?
At Easter, I'm just like, doing like the whole following in the footsteps of the great old Bugs Bunny with this. So
that's exactly right.
Every cartoon character needs to put on some drag and flaunt for the camera.
That is what everyone needs to do. Okay, so I think we did. I'm looking to see. We have Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, Sands of Time, Warrior Within. We might not have done Two Thrones, actually. So
Quite possible.
Let me pull that up. Nope. Okay. There we go.
Well, somebody has better things to do.
Okay. It's nice meeting you guys. I got to run now. Okay. See you, Nari. Right. Okay. I'm gonna.
Someone has band practice.
Someone has band
Yee.
practice. All right. Well, kick ass with your band. Okay. I have just put in Zoom the playlist link there, Tari.
Yes.
All right. We're gonna fire this up. It's way too loud.
Open
Okay.
link.
How's that chat volume wise? Also, hi Geister. How's that volume wise? How's the music, everybody? Is it good?
Sounds
Too
great
loud?
to me.
Sounds tremendous. Haha. So how we looking, chat? How does it sound? You can't hear any music? Hi, Elnis. Oh, really?
Gister, one question, if I may ask. What country are you from?
I know that.
You know that.
How about that? How about that, Hilness? Better? Music? Can everyone hear it? Music, Mark. Can you hear it?
Sweet music of the night.
Sounds good. Okay, cool.
Do
right.
you need me to do a rundown of the previous?
Yes,
songs?
please. I was just about to ask you. Yes. So
From
let's
like
talk
all
about.
the sessions or just last session?
Let's just do the last session because you're going to go through a run through at the end of all of it. So.
Okay, so this was a. Oh right, when we had like our short heat wave here.
Yes.
Stay hydrated. Speaking of which, oh, there's my bottle. Okay. Then I forgot what these guys are called. They're on the cover.
Right. There are these weird what were they called?
Spectral dragons.
Yeah. And they were like very strange because of the place where we happened to be. But yes, those were really cool. I really like that image.
Thank you. Oh right, and this is what upside down of.
Yeah, gorgeous. This is the one with Lady Carolina, who is
Yes.
Who's the person who sent us on this trip to try to save the city of Calumet. And when we came back, she was killed because of terrible betrayal and everything. So we got this amazing image from Tari.
Thank you.
Yeah, Tari just showing off. Exactly.
I literally forgot I had drawn this. I didn't actually draw it upside down because, like, what you guys don't know is that I have basically two separate canvases set up in my drawing program. And the canvas I'm actually drawing on, I can rotate freely without the one that you are looking at rotating.
What she
very
means
useful.
to say is suspended from the ceiling. She
Of
drew
course.
this upside
Yeah.
down. That's what actually happened.
Yes, of course. Spider-Man style.
Yeah.
Also, this drawing slightly inspired by Star Wars Episode 3.
Mm-hmm. I could see that.
Amidala's funeral.
Yes, I could see that. It also reminds me a little bit of Boromir and the boat.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, I finished the Middle Earth book that I had bought in Oxford with Christopher Snyder. That was really interesting. I mean, a lot of it I knew, but there were some elements that I didn't. And then again, the book is just gorgeously illustrated, so that was very cool to look at that. Okay, so that was the Lady Caroline image.
And then last we ran into some cave guy who randomly attacked us.
I like that. We get this beautiful picture, like wow, and then like a bone trying to hit our guy because we went into this cave to escape this group of deadly rift wasps, basically. And this caveman was like, "Yo, get out!" So we had to eliminate the caveman. If you know what I'm saying?
Get off me lawn!
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to, guys.
Filthy hooligans.
And so we have what I would say warm up, but it's really heating up the stream.
Hey! Well, she is a phoenix, you know.
That's true.
About as hot
That's
as
true.
it gets.
Come any close to this, I'm gonna burn down. So I love it. Very, very good stuff.
I'm not bad. I'm just drawn this way.
Oh man.
Oh, I need to rewatch Roger Rabbit.
I was gonna
I will
say.
do that after the stream.
I was gonna
Love that
say.
movie.
Well, I don't want to go down this rabbit hole too much, but was Roger Rabbit
It's
any
Roger
kind of
Rabbit hole?
What? Oh, gee, that's weird. Was Roger Rabbit any kind of an inspiration for you growing up? Like, did you?
No, actually, not at all.
Okay.
Like my main inspirations growing up were like mainly the mangas that I read growing up.
Okay, that
and
makes sense.
The anime that I watched.
Okay.
So,
That makes sense. I was just curious. Whether
Like
it
the
had any
Disney
effect.
stuff came later.
Yeah,
Like,
well, that right.
Western cartoon stuff in general.
And then My Little Pony, little later.
Yes, that one hit me like a truck. That was like the one that like brought me back into like, you know, or like opened up my eyes to like other forms of animation.
Mm-hmm.
Because like that show like basically heralded like a whole cartoon renaissance, so to speak.
Right.
Like I've been like rewatching some old cartoons the past months, like on the side, like Justice League and Gargoyles and that kind of stuff.
Oh, Gargoyles.
And man, cartoons these days are just better than they used to be.
It is true that you have sort of the nostalgia glasses, right? And then you watch some of it and you're like, wow. Like I said for a long time, I used to love Thundercats. And when I rewatched it probably about 10, 15 years ago, I was just like, yeah, this does not hold up, except for the amazing like Thundercats thing. That still holds up. But the rest of the show is just, good Lord.
Yeah.
Although I don't think I told you this, but in Oxford, England, I watched with my family the Rankin Bass version of The Hobbit, the animated Hobbit, from 1977 or 78.
Yes.
And I forgot how much I had enjoyed that as a kid. Like I loved, and that I think does hold up okay in some ways. There's some really cool animating style going on there. First of all, it wasn't.
Oh yeah.
Rankin Bass did it, but it was a Japanese studio that actually animated it. The voices were really great. With a lot, it was cool. They did some weird things. Then Gollum was excellent in that as well. So they really did some cool stuff with that, and it was fun to watch and go, oh yeah. So some of the older school was good, but a lot of especially mid 80s animation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And TV animation too. Like,
Yes, exactly. Thundercats was them being jerks to each other. One could almost say catty. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I think there was a feline, and you just crossed over it, Geister. So I'm just gonna.
You can just tell that like the people who make like cartoons these days, that they all grew up on these old cartoons, and they're like, yeah, no, we understand like the target demographic a bit better.
Right.
Where it's like, yeah, no, we can show kids some more in-depth stuff and like more complicated things and whatever. Doesn't just need to be very black and white, whatever.
Yep.
And also, it's not just toy commercials anymore. I mean, a lot of it is still
exactly
it's also toy commercials, but that's like not the only thing anymore, right?
Exactly. Old school. It was all about how do you sell the toys. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So all right. Well, let's get into this. Let's make this happen. So, chat. We are a hero, of course, and our specific hero is, as you can see above, Tempo Arenavore, who repeatedly goes topless in all of Tari's drawings for no reason whatsoever.
Which is not my fault. That is y'all's fault.
No, of course not. It just happened.
Actually, like I will stand by this. I did not know that this game would like include a whole scene where like our shirt gets like covered in like acid, and then we need to take it off and it burns away or something.
And the game specifies repeatedly, the book specifies repeatedly, do not imagine this person with their shirt back on. Like, don't imagine that they got a tunic. Don't imagine they covered themselves in a sack. It makes very clear repeatedly that this person is always to remain topless from that point forward, right? You had no saying in that, no role in that at all. There was none of that.
Correct.
In any case, said Tempo Arenavore, who is the hero of Calamare, but Calamare has been through it, folks, a lot. When the adventurer leaves to go off into the city, goes off and discovers that there is this enormous army coming, runs back to the city, discovers that Lady Carolina, who originally sent us out from Calamere, has died under mysterious circumstances. It ends up being, I believe, Siege the Silent, if I'm not mistaken, who was responsible for that. And so we ended up eliminating Siege the Silent because screw that person. Then we were sent off again to figure out what it was we were supposed to do. We did eventually manage to, after going into the cave and defeating the caveman, we did manage to find and defeat the main bad guy as we thought. But it turned out that the main bad guy was simply really the servant, the puppet, if you will, of the bad guy in the Abyss. Hence the name, Slaves of the Abyss. Hence that. So we then, because that's what you do, went down this tunnel in a cave of following a river to get to the abyss. And when we got there, we are now here in the abyss. We know that we ate the herbs. That may become important. We know our save point. We've had 4 deaths. We've had multiple save points. Hey, Dragon Spear. Burlap sacks make for great temporary shirts. Exactly. We have a backpack.
Well, we did not find a burlap sack.
No, we haven't gotten that. That's true. There's been no opportunity ever to get one of those. We have a backpack. We have a buckler, which is +1 to our skill in combat. We have a Fang Thane steel sword, which means that if we roll a double 6, the person dies immediately. We also found that the Fang Thane steel sword is one of the only things that will damage people in this world that we're in now. Battered leather armor. We have a pomander of herbs. We have gems shaped like eyes. We have a jeweled tiara, very important. We have a small silver whistle, and we have a few potions. We also have 12 out of 12 skill. We have 16 out of 17 stamina, 8 out of 9 luck. We have used 15 times so far, and we only have, I think, until 19 or 20. But we have made progress. I mean, we're closing in the end of the game. 4 gold, 4 provisions. So that's where we stand, and we are right now in the abyss. We are looking down, for those of you that don't remember, at a strange bowl into which basically those dragons that we showed you, those weird spectral dragons, have basically been ramming into people like in the abyss, taking their magical stuff, like basically like taking their treasure and so on, consuming it, then going and smashing into the bottom of this bowl and making some kind of weird magical powder, which is supposedly there to create or help the master of the abyss. That is what we basically know. And if you're like, that doesn't make any sense, agreed. But this is the book, and this is what we're dealing with. So with all that said, here we go. A tall, cowled figure walks into the bowl, the one that I just mentioned, chanting all the time, and reverently collects up the golden powder into a silken sack. He is chanting, "Broth for my master, broth for Bythos. Magical broth makes the master of the abyss, the great Fernando." If you, so, how do you know their name is Cal?
Saith the great Orlando.
Thus saith the great Orlando. All right, so the question is, chat, do you wish to spring to attack him? Spring to attack him. Thanks to Effect Life again for the, I had this thing, Arvat was not working this morning, and in record time, he troubleshot and fixed the problem. So thank you again, Effect Life. All right, creep round the rim of the bowl to... One second as I get past this head. Creep round the rim of the bowl to surprise him as he leaves. Or, last but certainly not least, follow him as he leaves. Broth for the broth god. All right, so we spring to attack him, creep around the rim of the bowl to surprise him as he leaves, or follow him as he leaves. Let's do it. The poll is open, everybody. $ vote space 1 means we spring to attack him. $ vote space 2 means we creep around the rim of the bowl to surprise him as he leaves. And $ vote space 3 means we follow him as he leaves. And in case you're curious, I think we were trying not to aggro everybody so far. At least that was what we had done to this point. So please get your votes in, chat. What we do next is up to you. Do we attack him? What do we do? That is the question. Alrighty, we have 4 votes for this. I'm going to last call this. Remember, chat, your vote matters. What you do will echo throughout the halls of recorded time, but also what you do will affect what we do now. So. Alrighty. Going once. Going twice. Okay. Follow him as he leaves, chat says. Alrighty. You follow him stealthily as he makes his way out of the bowl to a crystal chariot waiting nearby. It is drawn by 2 ectovolts, and I think that's what the name of those dragons are, Tari, are ectovolts, and driven by a small crystal sprite who bows humbly as his master climbs into the chariot. Then they are off. You try to keep up with them, but the chariot is too fast for you. Soon you are left alone and lost in the desolate crystal wastes. Your adventure ends here. Okay. Great start. All right. Well, spectacular. I guess following him as he leaves was not the option that we had. Alrighty. No, we're not next game book. Soon. But no.
Save's coming.
Yeah. So good thing our save point was right before that. All right. So we can't follow him as he leaves, apparently. So we can either spring to attack him, or we can creep round the rim of the bowl to surprise him as he leaves. That's what we can do. Those are the 2 votes. So that's true. I'm going to be talking more about that as we get into September and October and the election gets closer. But yes, if you're in the U.S., please make sure that you are still registered to vote. Do not allow states to purge their vote. Voting should be easier, not harder. It is a big issue which we have to work on. So yes. Yeah.
One of the things from the trip that I'm still like riding high on is the afternoon tea we had in Oxford with a friend of mine.
Yes.
That was so good.
So
My
good.
God.
We also, same, we had a couple of afternoon teas and it was all good. In fact, a lot of the teas just in general, like even if it wasn't high tea, just having tea reminded me how much I really like tea. It was, that was great. Oh, man.
It wasn't like even the tea itself. Like the tea, like there's the same brands of tea that we have over here. So like that's like not that special. But
I don't know. The tea I had was like was direct from the source. You remember that tea, the place that we went to at Harrods that was like, what, 7,000?
Yeah. It's like the one that cost a whole car worth.
Oh my God. There was literally a tea there that cost 7,000 pounds. Literally 7,000 pounds. Tari and I both saw it.
Yeah.
It was crazy. But no, you're right. The food around the tea was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
too.
like, oh my God. Like, and like the whole thing, just like the types of food together, just like such a good combo.
Totally.
It's like
agree.
I always thought, like, because like I'm really into, well, not really into, but I'm sort of into like the whole Lolita thing. And they like always hype up the whole afternoon tea thing, and I thought, oh yeah, it's just like because basically LARPing as aristocrats or whatever.
Exactly.
It's like no, it's like actually that good.
But wait a minute, what do you mean?
Turns out.
What do you mean into the Lolita thing?
Like Lolita fashion and lifestyle?
Okay, because we talking Nabokov Lolita?
No, it has nothing to do with
Thank
the book.
God,
It's a
because I was about to be like,
Japanese,
being into the Lolita thing is very disturbing. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
No, God damn it.
I was
No,
like,
it's
wow.
it's a subculture that originated in Japan in the 90s.
That wouldn't have necessarily like ruled out what I just said.
No, it has nothing to do with the book.
Okay,
like, I mean,
thank
yeah,
God.
they like kind of sort of took that name, but it has like actually nothing to do
with
like.
the book. Thank God. No, I know what
it's
you're
a
talking about.
fashion style and lifestyle thing.
I was
It's
just
like you basically. Greg, do you remember? Like, if you look at the book that I gave you.
Yes.
When we did Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Abigail, Lady Abigail Esterhazy Smith.
Yes.
Or whatever her name was, right?
Right
she
here,
is
yeah.
the Lolita.
Okay, yeah. So as long, and also hi to we all froze. That's what I thought exactly. And also hi to Darksaber 2K. What did I walk in on? I was worried about what I was sitting in on until I saw it. But no, I get it. That's what this is.
No, it's like the big bell skirts and the frills and the bows and that kind of stuff.
Totally get that.
It's a bit more complicated than that, but yeah, that's like the basics.
Very, very
damn
cool.
it.
That's much that now I get it. No,
I'm
I
like so used to like just talking to people who like know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
It's the-
No, I no, once you mentioned it, I was like, okay, I know of what you speak. I am not clueless about it.
The
It's
fashion style very heavily inspired by
yes.
Victorian English
Yes.
aristocracy
Yes. No, I got you.
fashion.
Which is totally different than the other thing, which would have been disastrous. Yes. No, I totally get it.
Kill me.
I totally get it. Yes, no, that, and you're right, because that sort of is what the high tea experience is like.
Yes.
My wife wanted to actually get tea in we only did it, I think, in two places. We didn't do it in London. We did it in Glasgow, where the scones were outrageous, by the way. And then we did
Yeah, I
it
saw your post.
so
On,
good. And then we did it in Oxford, which was also really cool at the Willow Tea Rooms, which is where you went to, right? You went to the Willow. Did you go to the
No.
Willow Tea Room in Oxford?
No, we had oh god, which college was it? At one of the colleges in Oxford, at like the school cafeteria.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You say scone and not scone. Wait, what? What is
A
what do you
baked good.
what do you mean, Darksaber? What is it like? Is it scone? Oh, I say scone. We have a war over how to say it. So scone. I've always thought it's scone with a long O there. Are you think it's scone like like Khan, Wrath of Scon? Scun? All right, you criminal scun. Like scone like bone. Yeah. That's what I always imagined. Scone or scone? Scone. I will scone you. No, it's scone. Scone is what it's about. Yeah. We had a big discussion about what clotted cream was or wasn't. The scones were
Well, it was
delicious.
yummy, but like I wouldn't know how to like describe it to somebody what it exactly is because I can't think of anything like it.
That's yes, exactly. It kind of tastes like itself. I mean, it's buttery, so there's that element of it. But oh man, the madness of the scone wars. No, now I've been brought into it.
Okay, so it was at Magdalen College. I looked it up again.
Okay, yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
That is the one that C.S. Lewis taught at.
Right. And actually, we were right across from there when we stopped somewhere near Magdalen College at some point in Oxford. I mentioned this before. I'll talk more about it on Thursday chat, but I 100% fell in love with Oxford completely. Like
Gee, I wonder why.
I mean, like, again, like built in a lab for me. Like just like around every corner, there's a little alleyway. There's a cool spire. There's a tower. There's a beautiful building. There's a sense of age to it. It's a college town. It's got tourists, but it doesn't feel overboard to me. It's the home of Tolkien, obviously, and C.S. Lewis, and Oscar Wilde walked his lobster around the grounds. I mean, like it's just all good. Oh man, that is a place that if I somehow had some independent wealth and like I would 100% love to live in Oxford. I was amazing. Glasgow was.
You can always apply for.
Yeah, the prominent Oxford professorships that
teacher.
are available all the time.
Yes.
Sure. Oh my God. You found the Globe in Fallout London. It's full of actors obligatory fend Shakespeare's lesser plays mission. Nice, Saber. Yeah, I stopped by at one point. I watched one of your VODs from when you were just back. So I watched a little bit of you talking about how surreal it was going to be to play Fallout London now that you've actually gone into, and you've actually, seen some of the stuff directly. And also very kind words about me and friends. And Tari and I were both saying the same thing, Saber, that your thing about we wanted to go back was our similar reaction where we're just like, our friends are back there. It was super great to do it. I don't know that we want to
festival depression.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know that I would retire there, affect life overall, but like maybe it's a place that I could immediately feel myself living in. Like they have 2 soccer teams, 2 football teams. They've got like it would really had a great vibe. And again, how viable is it? Probably not viable at all, but you're allowed to have fantasies, right? It would be pretty cool. So it was I just really loved Oxford. I loved Glasgow too in its own way. Glasgow was really great. London was fun. I'm glad I did London. I loved the Globe Theatre. That was an amazing experience. I loved hanging out with people like Tari and others, as I've said. The London Eye was great. Looking at Parliament on the outside, that was all really neat. But I feel like I'm good because I lived in New York City for 20 years. I've been in a huge crowded city. So I don't need to continue to go back to huge crowded cities. So London was fine, but I'm good. I've done that now. But oh man, Oxford, that I would happily go back to. That was super cool. All right, we got to keep rolling. So, does anyone even want to find Cymbeline? It's a good question, guys. Okay, so chat has decided to creep round the rim of the bowl to surprise him, understandably so. Oh, to go back to what we said, Saber, same, right back at you, my friend. I felt the same way about you, so I just wanted you to know that was great, and I'm glad that my family was that you appreciated. My family was really enjoyed meeting all of you, so I'm glad that my family was also. It was nice to introduce my family to all of you also, because I love my family and love my friends, so it was good that they got along, basically.
I found it incredibly hilarious how your son immediately imprinted on Wesley.
Yes.
Because it always happens with little boys around Wesley.
Yeah, he was.
Immediately imprint on him.
He was definitely.
Mother Goose.
He was 100% digging Wesley. Yeah, and it was great for you to meet Senevine also.
Yes.
My daughter. That was really cool. So.
Yeah, that was lovely.
She's a really great kid. So anyway.
She is. She really is.
So right. Okay. And then things started exploding. Right. And then suddenly. Okay. Right. So you've decided to creep around the rim of the bowl to surprise him as he leaves. All right. Here we go. You make your way stealthily around the edge of the crater. A short distance away to one side, you can see a crystal chariot with 2 ectovolts tethered to it and a crystal sprite standing patiently by. You hide behind a crystal outcrop until the cowled gatherer approaches. Do you wish to leap out and strike at him with your sword, or do you wish to challenge him verbally? So there we go, chat. $vote space 1 means you leap out and strike at the gatherer with your sword. $vote space 2 means you challenge him verbally. So go ahead and get your votes in. Imaginary Exponent says, leap out and strike. Swift strike to the head.
Queeth onto you, a boot to the head.
A boot to the head. Is his tempo now covering himself out of some sense of modesty? I do notice it allowed you to show off that he did not skip arm day. I did notice that.
Oh, of course not.
Yeah. That's true.
He is an athletic boy.
Yes. Yeah. So far, going quietly did not work out as intended. Yes, I agree. Imaginary, going quietly did not work the way we intended. Plus, we got around and we got close to him. So now, this guy's just some undid weirdo, right? It's fine. Okay, so again, $vote space 1. We're tied up. $vote space 1 to strike. $vote space 2 to challenge him verbally. Hey, undead guy. I challenge you. Stop talking about...
That is too big. Wait.
Stealth fail. Time for alternative stealth. Right. It's the other way of doing stealth. Stealth divided by, action equals action stealth. That's how that works. Okay. Last call. Rax machine gun. Maybe it's a silenced machine gun. Stop talking about my missing shirt. Signed Torso Arena. Tempo Arenavore.
Torso Arenavore.
All right. So Chad has decided to leap out and strike him. As you leap out, he turns to you, his sad face looking up. He says, please tell my children, just as I'm just kidding. None of that happens. You take the gatherer by surprise, your sword smashing him to the ground. Beneath the cowl is an emaciated, almost skeletal form. Wow. All right. The chariot seems to be the only way out of this wasteland, but how do you get onto it? Will you wrap yourself in the gatherer's robe, take his silken bag and approach the chariot? Or do you wish to overpower the crystal sprite? So $vote space 1 means you wrap yourself in the gatherer's robe, because no one saw us take him down. So wrap yourself in the gatherer's robe, take his silken bag, and approach the chariot, or overpower the crystal sprite. $vote space 1, gatherer's robe, $vote space 2. So $vote space 1 is Hitman, basically. $vote space 2 is, I don't know.
So what is a crystal sprite? Is it just like a pixie?
I think
glittery?
so. I think so. I think it's basically like a small, like crystal elemental almost that drives these things around. That would be my guess. Crystal Sprite is actually a delicious low-calorie soda.
Oh, we actually have Crystal Cola in Germany. Is that a thing in the US too?
I don't know. Do we? Because I don't drink Coca-Cola.
Well, it's not Coca-Cola. It's a different brand. It's Crystal Cola. It's the name of the brand, I think.
We definitely don't have that. I think there used to be like a Crystal Pepsi, maybe. Oh, you have a Fighting Fantasy Monster Companion. I have the Advanced Fighting Fantasy Rules. I think we talked about that before, Saber, but I don't think I have the Monster Companion. All right, chat. $vote space 1 to wrap yourself in the gatherer's robe, take his bag, and approach it. $vote space 2 to overpower the crystal sprite. Do, do, do. What will do? Yeah. Yeah. No, it really is cool. And you get all the artwork and stuff like that as well. So, all right, chat, going once.
Who cares about artwork?
Yeah, artwork. Who really? Going once, going twice. All right, we're going to run down and overpower the crystal sprite. You race down to the chariot, brandishing your sword wildly. The crystal sprite spots you and flees. Leaping onto the chariot, you grab the reins and yell at the ectovolts to move. They ignore you. All your efforts to get the chariot moving are in vain. You are stranded alone in the crystal wastes. Your adventure ends here.
This is some King's Quest level bullshit.
Seriously. Apparently that's not it, chat. Apparently we needed to wrap ourselves in the gatherer's robe. So, inaccurate. This has been one of the toughest ones that we've done in terms of number of total fails. All right. Slaves of this book. Yeah, exactly, Emily.
Hey.
Okay. Although I have to say I have liked this better than the one that we did that was... I loved the art from the one with the cat and the thing, but...
Yes.
But the book itself was...
Chasms of Malice.
Chasms of Malice.
Chasms of Malice.
Yeah, that one had some issues. But
wait,
no, I'm with you, Emily, though. In this case, it was like, this book has been hard. I don't know that we've had 6 deaths in any other fighting fantasy. We probably have at some point, but yeah. Okay.
No, I think that might be a record.
It might be a record. In fairness, a couple of them are technically not deaths. Like maybe like this one that happens. Maybe we just built ourselves a merchant stand right near this chariot that won't ever move, and we sell people slushies before they go off to give stuff to the Dedris Abyss God. Maybe. So, yeah, you didn't look at this cover and not think so many deaths will occur. That's fair. That's definitely fair. All right, so instead, we're going to walk to the chariot. You walk slowly up to the chariot and climb in while the crystal sprite bows reverently. Then he lets out a high-pitched yell and the ectovolts lurch off. Soon you are skimming across the plain at breathtaking speed. A few minutes later, the spires of a fantastic crystal palace rise up before you, circled by hundreds of screeching ectovolts. You can fully grasp the size of the palace only when you near its enormous entrance. The building is many hundreds of yards high and is formed, it seems, from the same crystal you have been traveling on. You enter a mighty chamber and the chariot stops. You climb out just as another robed figure rushes up. "You're late," he hisses. "Our master returns, and his broth is not yet prepared. If you fail, you will suffer his crystal breath. Hurry." You follow him across the chamber into another of similar size, in which a weird cauldron sits. Approaching, you realize that it is a goblet over 3 feet high. Exactly, Saber. Fashioned for some mighty hand. Another cowled figure sits stirring the brew within, waiting for you to empty your sack. You pour the contents into the cauldron and watch it darken to a murky green. The 2 cowled figures depart silently, leaving you alone with the goblet. Now we have a choice to make, chat. The question that we have here is... Let's see. Let's see. We can drink some of the broth. Should we drink some of the broth? We could add something to the broth. And actually, we do have those 3 potions, chat. The Gulch, the Arl, and the Zazaz. We could add something to it, it occurs to me. Or do we knock it over? Broth for the broth god, exactly.
I want
piss
to
in the
add
broth.
something to it.
Well, so there you go. Tari wants to. Do you want to piss in the broth? I mean, that's probably as close as you get is adding something to the broth, Trivet, I'm guessing. So $ vote space 1 is drink some of the broth. $ vote space 2 is add some to the broth. $ vote space 3 is knock the broth over. If you have watched me during my Styx playthrough about a year ago, maybe 8 months ago, you will remember that what Styx would do is basically vomit into the broth and poison it that way. It was charming.
Delicious.
Yeah. Scrumptious.
Scrumptious.
Speaking of high tea.
Hee hee. Is that like next level, like hormone replacement therapy? High tea instead
High
of just regular
tea.
tea?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, 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 hey.
I see what you did there. Let's see. Get ready for me to get past this ad. There we go. Great. Okay, so let's see. All right, let me see here. Okay, I'm going to last call this.
You're gonna last cauldron this?
I see what you did there.
Hoo-hoo.
Yes, I'm going to add something to the pot. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Okay, let's see. All right, hang on a second here. Okay. Right. Okay, and close. So we're going to add something to the broth. Why not experiment a bit? All right, here we go. We're going to add something to the broth. Now, the question, of course, is going to be, what are we going to add? If you have any remaining potions labeled Arrow, which we do, Zazaz, which we do, and Gulch, you may add any or all of them to the brew.
Ooh.
Make a note of which potions you add. Okay, so, chat, let's see. Should we... what should we add?
Well,
This
the
is
thing
gonna
is
be-
with mixing chemicals is that we might die from breathing in the fumes if we mix them, so...
That's fair. That's, yeah. And I don't know what to do about that. Now I'm going to be thinking about that and worried that I'm doing the wrong thing. Zazaz.
Did we ever learn any, like, further details about these potions in detail?
We didn't because we never. There are page numbers, but we never actually drank them ourselves, so we don't know what they do. To be honest. So I think I did this right. Effect Life. So I put what should we add there? Now I did a multi-vote, which means I think that you can vote for up to 3. Oh wait a second. And then I want to do nothing. Okay. Let's try that again. Okay, so the way this works is, chat, you can vote for up to 3, but if you vote for nothing, you can't also vote for one of the potions. So you can vote for Arl, you can vote for Arl and Zazaz, you can vote for Arl, Zazaz, and Gulch, you can vote for Arl and Gulch, you can vote for Zazaz and Gulch. Any combination of those 3 potions you can vote for, and you can do that using our multi-vote feature here. Or you can vote only for nothing. So if you're going to vote for nothing, just vote for that. Otherwise, you can vote for multiple versions or just one of the potions if you wish. And let me know if I did that right, Effect Life. I think I did it right. This is the adding potion music. Okay. Okay. Oh no. Commercial. No. Get out of your commercial. No. No. Okay. All right. We have a lot of interesting votes here. Okay. So we have Aral. I'm going to last call this. Aral, Zazaz seem to be the ones that are the biggest thing there.
The most biggest thing.
The most biggest thing. I can speak English. I have some knowledge. Okay.
Really? The English literature professor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Sounds fake, but okay.
Okay. How do I want to interpret it? Well, if I get one that's more than the others, then, which is this one right now, Zazaz, then I'm basically going to put that in, I think is the idea. If I get a tie and like if 2 of them are tied, I'm going to put the 2 in. If 3 of them are tied, I'm going to put the 3 in, basically. So I'm going to wait a little bit longer, but if Arl and Gulch get votes, then we'll just assume that we put all 3 of them in. And otherwise, I'm going to put just Zazaz in. Zazaz. Zazaz. Woo. Okay, going once. Okay, so we've got Zazaz and Gulch now are tied, so we're going to put in both of them as of right now. And Arl is not going in right now. Ooh, we got a different background in this one you're working on. Ectovolt Chariot, nice.
Yes.
All right. So last call, chat. Last call.
Like, yeah, sure, I could just draw portraits of our boy Tempo all the time.
You could do
But
that, but you know. But your
it's a little
artistic
boring
integrity.
after a while.
Yeah, exactly. You need to, $ vote space 1 for Aral, 2 for Zazaz, 3 for Gulch, 4 for nothing. You can vote for 3 at the same time as long as nothing is not one of them. Or you can vote for any one or up to 3, except nothing is the only one you can vote for if you vote for that. All right, going once, going twice. Okay, Zazaz and Gulch it is. All right, we're going to put that in. Now the question is, will you drink the brew? So this is a very simple one. Will you drink the brew? $ vote space 1 means you're not going to drink all of it, by the way. It just means you take a sip of it. Do you sip the brew that you've just concocted or not? So $ vote space 1 is you do. $ vote space 2 is you don't.
Little sippy.
Emily, did you add any garlic to this, by the way? I'm just curious. Risk it for the biscuit? All right.
Risk it for the biscuit?
Yes, absolutely. You never heard that?
No, I have not.
Oh, yeah. Risk
Constantly
it for the
learn
biscuit.
new phrases here. Like, it's still like the time where during Adventures in Middle-earth, where you guys explained to me what Bob's your uncle means.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had never heard of that one before.
Yep. That's funny. All right, chat is feeling adventurous today. Chat is like, yeah, let's do this thing. Okay, going once, going twice. Okay, the breath tastes foul as it slides sluggishly down your throat, then settles unpleasantly in your stomach. You brace yourself against the goblet and take a few deep breaths. Then, the door at the far end of the chamber slams open deafeningly, and in strides Bythos. Now, while Tari's working on her picture, I am going to show you...
Bythos.
Bye. Or Bethos. Bethos.
We do stand a buy icon. Hee hee.
Bethos. Yeah, exactly. And I think I have a picture of him. Yes, I do. Yes, I do have a picture. All right. I'm going to show you a picture of this guy. We put all 3 options in to poison the broth god. Well... Yeah, didn't I say broth? Did I say breath? Oh, that's my fault. Yes, it said broth. My bad. Okay. All right, let's see if I can do this. So, I'm going to show you this. This is what you see. All right, there we go. He's so big, he's out of frame. In strides Bythos. This is not the Bythos you killed earlier, but remember the Avatar, basically, in the other world, but a towering giant, fully 50 feet tall. His gaunt, leering features are all the more threatening for their size, and his elegant robes billow about his huge frame. If you smash the goblet, and you did not... Bythos strides impatiently towards the goblet. You were nearly late, Gatherer. You know the penalty for failure. Okay, so, have you eaten the herbs from the pomander? The answer is, you have. You have indeed eaten the herbs from the pomander. You have done that.
Cool.
And then the question is, have you drunk Bythos' broth? And we have indeed drunk Bythos' broths. We just drank people juice plus potions. Yeah, we did all of that.
Cool.
So we drank Bythos' broth. The nauseous feeling you had when you drank Bythos' brew returns even more strongly. You gag involuntarily, then whine in pain as your body twists and buckles. Your robe is split as you burst out of it, growing all the time. Bythos stands aghast, watching your transformation. No, not you! There can be only one master! He howls. He draws in his breath sharply, then lets out a freezing blast at you. The crystals which form on your skin quickly melt and drip from you, and you advance on him. He dodges to one side, then leaps for the wall. With a blow from his fist, he smashes a jagged hole in it and leaps through. Will you leap through the hole after him, or leave the chamber through the door you came in by? You know what this is reminding me of? Is the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen movie, the battle between the freaking dude who takes all the potion and then just hide just by himself, which is weird. But that whole
the entire movie is weird and boring, incredibly boring.
I like that movie. I low key like that movie. The fight scene in the library is awesome. Dorian Gray is great. I love, there's some great lines in it. Like, I'm an immortal, sir, not a gazelle. I can't possibly catch that something that fast. Things like that. Or they go after, he's like, draw your weapon. And Nemo's like, I follow a different path. It had style. Plus, Tari, the scene with where they find out who the bad guy actually is in the submarine, with the record player. That's a great scene.
Do you think I remember?
Oh, you don't remember it?
Movie that I found incredibly boring.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I love that scene so much. So yeah, one is follow him through the hole. $ vote space 1. $ vote space 2 is leave the chamber through the door you came in by.
So also, I just want to clarify. So we just got new clothing, and it immediately got torn to shreds.
This is the Incredible Hulk problem. The guy cannot stay in jeans.
I am not the issue here. The book is, okay? The book just wants to see us naked.
Yeah. No, I mean, clearly that's the concern. The potion doesn't grow your underwear is all I'm saying. I see how it is.
Do I actually have to draw him completely naked now? I mean,
no.
I will if I am allowed to,
no.
But I don't think I am.
Veto denied.
I can do the thing where there's always something in frame that just censors the important
Yeah,
parts.
there's always a leaf or something right in the right spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, you got to do level 5 for Morthwill. Yeah, Saber. Naked again. Oh. Okay, yeah. Whoops. Yeah, my bad. I totally forgot about that. All right. I guess since it's just would that multi-vote even affect anything on this though? Effect Life, because this is almost like a separate little, the quick vote thing basically. So would this down here even affect that? Can you tell me Effect Life if it would affect that?
I see what you did there.
Okay. Last call.
Also, it's weird that within this month, 2 separate people have completely unrelated from each other told me that they like the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen movie.
Oh, really? Interesting.
So if I had gotten a penny for that, I would have 2 pennies.
That would be 2 pennies for that.
But it's weird that it happened twice.
Yeah, I mean, I know that I'm in a small minority, but my wife and I both like that movie. I mean, obviously there are problems with it, but we kind of low-key like that movie. Hi, what's up?
Oh, no! I have been drawing on the same layer the entire time. Oh, no!
Right now we're playing this game where you make choices and stuff, and that's Tari. You remember Tari that you met? Is playing right now, is illustrating it. Some of you, of course, know this person because you met him in person. You met this person in person. Although right now we can't see him because he's out of frame.
Allegedly.
Now you just see an arm. There he is. There's my son.
Hello.
That's right. You know Effect Life and Emily. Of course, you had met Emily before, but Effect Life was, he was one of the people who was in the audience, and we saw him that evening. Dark Saber. You know Dark Saber. And Hillness. Hillness has met, you met Hillness at Gen Con, not in the UK. Okay, so you like Dark Saber so much. See? Look at that.
Maybe he just likes men with dark, long hair.
Who like music. Yeah, like, you know.
Yeah.
See? There, that's what you wrote back, Caitlin. Yeah, it was a really good trip. Okay, so we're going to leap through the hole after this guy. You are right behind Bythos as he flees across the crystal wastes. He finally slides to a halt at a pace where a chain leads up into the clouds from a hoop in the ground. He grabs it and starts to tug, but before he can break the chain, you are upon him. You can't use your sword, and you can't use Barolo's buckler, so you can't strike killing blows. So all that means is that we don't get the skill bonus of +1, but we still have skill of 12 as we go up against Bythos. So Bythos is...
Boss battle.
Yep. Skill 10, stamina 10. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth battle right here. All right, here we go, chat. So I need someone to roll for chat. I'm going to roll for the bad guy. Who wishes to volunteer and do the rolling? You can roll within chat using Arvbot's powers of roll. And what you'd be doing is rolling 2d6 plus 12 in each case. So who wants to jump on board? What do we think? Saber, do you want to get warmed up for dice rolling by rolling for the chat? You want to get rolling warmed up, so to speak? All right. So it goes $roll space and then 2d6 plus the modifier, which in this case is 12 for us. 2d6 plus 12. And I think that will give you the one that you want. And I've clicked it so that it will show there. So he's going to start with a 16. That works. So we also have a 16. So no harm, no foul. Sting. All right. I'm going to do that again. Oh, I rolled terribly this time at 12. So do that again, please, Saber. This time, just don't roll a -1 on 2 dice. You can't actually lose this particular round, but
Don't jinx it.
yeah, that's true. It's true. Well, I don't think it's capable of jinxing. You can't actually roll a negative. You can't roll the 0 on 2 dice.
I just break the laws of physics.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the repost warning. Yeah.
The repost warning?
Yeah, the chat, because our bot's like, you can't do that again. You just did that. Like, darn it, chat. Okay. Right. Okay, so we hit Bythos. Slam. All right. Next one he rolls is a 17. So we're going to need a 5 from Saber to tie or a 6 to beat him. Once the repost warning is passed. Okay, 17. So again, sting. No harm, no foul. This time the guy rolls a 21. Woof. So these potions are gone now. Oh no, what did we put in there? We put in Zazaz and Gulch, right? What are the 2 potions that we put in while Saber rolls again? What are the potions we put in, chat? Was it Gulch and Zazaz? Does anyone remember?
No, I don't.
Zazaz and Gulch. Okay. It was those 2. Just want to make sure I knew. Okay. Right. Okay, Saber rolls a 16, so we did get hit that time. It's all right. It's all right. Okay, this time he rolls a 16. So we just need a 4 to tie, 5 to beat. Okay, cool. Thank you. 22, very nice. Okay. He's down to 6 stamina. This time he rolls an 18. So we're going to need a 6 to tie and a 7 to beat here. Nice. All right, he's down to 4. This time he rolls a 14, so we just need a 2 will tie. So basically, anything you roll will tie. A 3 will beat him. But you do have to do it. Okay, yep. He's down to 2 stamina. All right. And now he rolls a 15. A 3 to tie, a 4 to beat. And imagine how we would have face crushed this guy if we had the buckler. We do indeed defeat the Bythos. Haha. Okay. If we defeat Bythos, and we did. So Bythos topples to the ground. Good job, Saber. Shattering into a myriad tiny fragments. You reel in the chain until the wall of cells breaks through the clouds. So the chain was attached to that cell thing that's on the cover of this. Until the wall of cells breaks through the clouds. You then rip the bars off, freeing its miniature occupants. Thousands upon thousands of them totter feebly out of the cells and mill around, gazing about them in wonderment. When they have all emerged, you lead them back across the crystal waste to the palace. There you are greeted by the cowled servants. They bow low and proclaim you the new ruler of the abyss. Now you must find a way of returning to Calamare, so you ask them how it is done. They tell you that Bythos used a rare blue crystal powdered and dissolved in water to travel to the earthly plane. Some remain stored in the palace, and the servants set about preparing the potion. Time passes as they complete their task. Finally, they present to you a huge vessel full of clear blue liquid. The newly appointed gatherer steps forward and speaks. Majesty, a great quantity... Oh, he was the hisser, that's right. Majesty, a great quantity of this potion is required to transfer your mighty being. We have prepared as much as we could, but unfortunately there is not enough both for you and for all these spirits to be returned. You must make a choice. Oh, so you must either drink the blue liquid yourself or divide it among the citizens of Calamare. Because remember, the citizens were all taken into this like abyss and imprisoned. So, $vote space 1, you drink the blue liquid yourself. $vote space 2, you save the citizens of Calamare. You divide it among the citizens of Calamare. What's it going to be? So the blue liquid...
sacrifice or...
exactly. Save yourself or save the people. The blue liquid will take you back to your own home. So the question is whether you save the people or you save yourself. $vote space 1 means you save yourself because you drink the blue liquid. $vote space 2 means you save the people. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, last call, last call. Free the people. Looks like people are going to free the people. Can't blame you. Can't blame you for wanting to free the people. Okay, and going once, going twice. Okay. So you divide it among the citizens of Calamare. And there is a picture of this in the book. I don't know if there'll be a picture here also. Let's see. If not, I'll have to show you what it looks like. Yeah, it looks like they don't have that picture, which is fine. So, here you go, chat. This is what it looks like. You watch as the former prisoners each take a sip of the blue liquid. Let me cut to the main. Whoops.
What?
There they are. You can see that right now as they are each drinking from the blue liquid as they step forward to do that. Great
That's not
timing
blue,
on
that's
the
white.
advertisements. Say again?
That's not blue, that's white.
Yeah. Amazing. The limitations of 1980s print technology. Okay. So, you watch as the former prisoners each take a sip of the blue liquid. One by one, they dissolve away in a blue glow until you are left with only the servants for company. You look down sadly at the empty bowl, wondering how long it will be before the servants can fill it once more. You can only guess. The servants explain that as ruler of the abyss, you gain the power of all the lost magical items of Alancia which are drawn to this realm, but it is small consolation for your exile here. If you have the wound which changes color, now we do remember have that wound, because that's what happened when basically Siege tried to attack us. After we destroyed Siege in the real world, Siege like attacked us or whatever, and we ended up with this wound which changed color. So we do in fact have that wound, which leads us to this. While searching through the palace you have inherited, you come upon a scrying mirror set into a wall of crystal. A servant shuffles forward and shows you how to use it. Bye, honey. You train it on Calamare, hoping to see the fruits of your sacrifice. Sure enough, the fields are full of villagers once more, and the land is rejoicing under its new Baron Medeiros. You look with pride upon a land which is freed from Bythos' clammy grip and Siege's nefarious scheming. Feeling that your sacrifice is bearable, you leave the mirror and make your way to one of the towers of the palace. As you gaze out at the... What? They couldn't share. No, I know. He's mad that they weren't sharing the potion. Love you, honey.
To be fair, we are giant now. So.
That's true. Feeling that your sacrifice is bearable, you leave the mirror and make your way to one of the towers of the palace. As you gaze out at the vast swirling plains of the abyss, you hear the sound of 1,000 leathery wings. Soon the air is thick with circling ectovolts. For a moment you were gripped by fear. Is this some last trick of Bythos? But they have only come to salute their new ruler. Then something coils round your legs, pulling you off balance. You crash to the ground and find yourself face to grinning face with Caduceus the serpent. Much wisdom is mine, he says, and I have much time to share it with you. I hope you will find me an entertaining companion. Given a choice, you might have preferred lighter company, but you soon find that the serpent is as wise as he claims. With his great knowledge to guide you, you uncover secrets beyond your imagination. Your power grows ever greater until the memory of your former life in Alancia becomes a distant dream. Finally, you unravel the mystery of travel between the planes and embark upon an adventure which spans the cosmos and concerns the gods themselves. But that is another tale to be found in the books of myth and legend. The end.
Hey.
Success! We freed the people, and we became an awesome, plane walking god guy thing with a serpent friend. That was great. We are with the gods. So we have defeated slaves of the abyss, y'all, and it only took us 6 deaths to do it. That was
nice.
That was quite impressive. And yes, we have accomplished our goal and produced some great art, which we'll show you in a little bit as a process of it. So just final stats on tempo: 12 out of 12 skill, 14 out of 17 stamina, 8 out of 9 luck. We took us 15 blocks of time, and we had only, what do we have? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We only had 3 blocks left before we were going to start facing consequences, and 5 blocks before the book comes to an end, so that was pretty good. We had 4 gold and 4 provisions. We had a backpack, a +1 buckler, we had a Fangthane steel sword, we had a battered leather armor, we had a pomander of herbs. We had gems shaped like eyes, a jeweled tiara, small silver whistle. We had 1 potion remaining, the Aural potion, which I'm curious what this potion actually did. Says this potion...
Guess we have to replay this.
Yeah, the whole thing. It says, tastes sweet, not at all unpleasant, warms to it. After a short while, you notice a tingling sensation in your feet. Nothing else seems to happen. Soon, even the tingling fades away. Turn back to the paragraph you just left. Okay, So it's basically a Guinness, I guess. I don't know. There's that. And then we had the thing with the double six. We ate the herbs. We saw Saya Albador. Dunyazad. Medeiros was freaked out by something. And we did it all in 6 deaths. And only 6 deaths. So great success. My daughter has arrived on the scene. Give me 1 second while I save this final one. Yes. I'm writing a note here. Huge success. That was awesome. So we successfully did it. Book 32 is complete. I'm actually going to be excited to show Tari the front cover of book 33, but I'll do that after we look at the art of this.
Oh, you chose a new book already.
Well, because I have 2 more in the list before I would have to order more. And so I have book 33 and book 34. So yes. Wow, there's like very random stuff here. Dorset County. Okay. Anyway, January 1992. That's about right. Okay. Total success. We are heroes, chat. Heroes, exactly. We definitely are. Okay. So, is this all? Oh my God. Is that a crystal?
It's a crystal.
That's the crystal sprite. Oh, and we're like hiding down below in the chariot, I assume.
That was before we got into the chariot.
Ah, that's very cool.
Like I started drawing this before the chariot, so
yeah.
For tempo being in there.
That's very cool. All right, well, Tari, do you want to? Assuming you're done with this, looks awesome.
Yes, I am.
Do you want to show us? I guess show us all the art from the book then that we did in this trip throughout the world.
So this was a warm up for the very first session, loosely inspired by the cover art of the book.
Yes, right there. Mm-hmm.
Like the hands reaching out.
Yeah.
Then we met our hero, Tempo Arena War.
There goes my hero. Yep. Okay.
Back when he still had a shirt.
I guess back in the day. Yes.
Back when you remember. Then we set out on horseback, I think.
Yep. To try to get to the army.
We rode into the wrong direction and had our first death or something.
That's right. Yeah, eventually we just walked off. Oh, yeah, they're right there.
Yeah, there it is.
You just gave up. We're just like, no, we're just going to walk off. You know, whatever.
Yeah. So I did like the whole Spider-Man thing where he like leaves his costume in a trash bin in an alley.
I like that.
Famous picture.
Or I was thinking Incredible Hulk at the end where like they do the, you know, as like Bruce Banner walks sadly away down the road.
I don't remember that.
Oh, from the TV show, yeah. Anyway, okay. Then the potions we finally used. Yeah.
Yes. Then we had the puppet shelf.
Creepy dolls.
Of which I don't remember the context for.
It was like this weird house in the middle of nowhere when we were coming back from having tried to find the army. And it was just like, oh, look, there's dolls there. And we're like, of course there are. It was really weird. Or puppets or whatever, yeah.
Then there was a random Pride joke, I think.
Yeah, Pride of Calamare.
Pride months when we did that session, I think.
Exactly, Emily. It was quite gay.
Then this was a warm up for the second session.
Yep.
So just having a smoke.
I'll come back to that, Trivet.
Oh yeah, the whole sense of time theme.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. Yeah, that was good. Solid, that one. Trivet, as far as the difference between the potions, there are... So, I don't think it matters what potions you pour in there or the sort of brew that you contain, because you don't actually poison them with it. I think if you add all 3, then something bad happens to you. I don't actually recall, but it was mostly just the sipping of the brew that made the biggest difference, because then you became the new master. So, and yeah, I streamed Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky, Illness. I liked it. The only problem I had was that it's so long that for a stream kind of game, I'm not sure how well suited it is. I always keep thinking it might be great for the AR vocalist because there's so much talking in it, but it's so long. But I played Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky 1, and I played a fair bit of Trails in the Sky 2nd chapter. And so that's cool if they have a remake that's coming. That's neat. Okay, sorry, Tari. On you go.
So then we had. Oh yeah.
So that became so. Oh my God! Never has so much been done with a pomander.
Yes. And still, we don't know what the correct pronunciation is.
Right. Because it's still kind of a mixture. I think it's one of those.
Then we
both can be
got
right.
ambushed by our master.
He was just like, "Don't move. Also, keep your shirt off."
No, that was actually right after our shirt burned.
Sure, whatever you say.
Oh, and then we tried to bribe the guards at the gate. So we had to count our money first, and that was like a whole.
And then the guards screwed us over, right?
How much money do we have?
Yeah. And then the guards screwed us over anyway.
Yeah. So that was the second session. Then the third session. Oh yeah. That was
I love that. I forgot how much art we did for this. Oh man, that was great. The hourglass and this are my two favorites so far.
I just was drawing and I was like, hey, he kind of looks like he's posing like for a photo shoot. So I like slapped the whole cover art thing on there.
Skin that glows.
Canada's most stylish, indeed. Then we snuck around the palace.
Yep.
And I think this might be like the third time I draw play a character in a pose like this, where they're like hiding around a corner and looking.
Yes.
Like because like when I put the book together, right? I had to like look at all the art again and like edit some of them and stuff like that. Which took so long. So like I was like, oh yeah, that's right. And like I noticed a few certain things.
Mm-hmm. And I was trying to figure out actually. This was when we were trying to figure out the traitor, and we were like, creeping around the palace to listen in on them and whatever. So yeah, that was a cool one. Yes. I love the shadowing there too, by the way.
Thank you. And then we descended a rope.
Stealthily. Yeah, with no rope burn at all.
Yes, absolutely. No, none whatsoever. It's one of those special gymnastic ropes, which are like super soft.
Sure.
And we also had the chalk, of course. So
we did naturally, yeah, of course.
Yeah. And then we faced some weird sewer monster.
Somehow that sewer monster is like, how are you? It's like he's like got a character somehow, despite everything.
Yes.
That would have been a problem if we fell into him.
Yes, indeed. So that wrapped up the third session. Then the fourth session, which was the last one we did before this one, the warm up.
Yep.
Stay hydrated because it was warm.
That's right.
Then my interpretation of the what was it, ecto beast?
The ectovolt. That's what it was, an ectovolt.
So like what, like a ghost vulture?
Basically, yeah, exactly, a ghost vulture, yeah. And then this one, which was awesome. This is what I mean about Tari's range too. You're like, this is funny, and then like super awesome, compelling drawing that's like super serious. And then Caveman tries to bash you over the head.
Yes. Which happened here. It was like so unbelievably random too. Like we go to get just
a caveman. What I love about
apparently cavemen exist in this universe.
Exactly.
Now.
You know what I love about this too is that if you put those two drawings together, it's like Tempo is like leaning over to look at her, and then Caveman's like, "No, bash!"
Yes.
Like,
of course. And that brings us to today's session with our warm up.
Yoo-hoo, boys!
Yoo-hoo, boys! With Fifi showing up her nuggets.
Her nuggets.
Yeah, chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Extra spicy. And then, yes, because you keep picking on me for taking a shirt away, even though the book took a shirt away.
What you don't see is Tari right behind in that picture saying, "Stop talking about my missing shirt," right? Like, that's what you don't see. The self-insert of the artist.
Yeah, he's actually just a Muppet.
Yeah.
And I'm the puppeteer.
Exactly.
And then this was the last one.
That is such an appropriately weird conclusion to a rather strange book. Although I actually really liked this one because I thought it was weird, but it's sort of like, it's not incoherently weird. It's just like, okay, this is bizarre, but it kind of holds together. So anyway, that's very neat because Crystal Sprite managing 2 ectovolts in the chariot. Good stuff. All right, chat. Before I show Atari the cover of this next one, can we get some reaction and applause for Atari's amazing work as always in the 5 days that we did this game book? Great stuff. It was
Thank you.
amazing and awesome and good stuff from all. But wait, I'm seeing not enough. There we go. All right, there's the love reaction. Right, I was like, geez.
What you guys can't see, I'm actually like just fidgeting with the coin you gave me, Greg.
Nice.
In London, like with my left hand.
Very
It
nice.
feels so nice. Like it's so smooth.
Yes.
Smooth.
That is actually what someone else said that too about that. This, of course, is also, to be clear, the
Very
coin
nice touch.
that Tari herself designed. Actually, where did I put my coin over there? I have it here somewhere.
Like I remember, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I'm assuming, like back when we planned the whole thing, right? And was like, hey, I should like put a hole in there so that people can wear it as a necklace or whatever.
Right.
So I came up with the idea, hey, why don't we just make 4 holes so that it looks like a design feature, and not just like a hey, put a string through that.
Right.
But like this is kind of heavy.
Yeah.
I don't think I would want to wear this as an amulet, you know?
Yeah,
That seems like it would be a bit taxing on the neck after a while.
It's definitely the kind of thing that would sort of, you would never forget that you had it on, I think, is the thing.
Yeah. Like this is more paperweight, to be honest.
Exactly. Where did okay, I need to find it because I know I put one of these in my bag specifically so I would have it to use. I also have a few left, but
I might actually end up using this for like when like physically, like in person playing pen and paper RPGs for coin flips.
Yeah, that would be very much a good one.
Or like just to throw at the ungrateful and terrible players, you know, because I think this thing could do some proper damage.
Oh yeah, I don't think there's any question about that. Why am I not finding?
Violence.
Okay, I'm going to grab it because I want to show it off on stream. So 1 second.
Oh God! Now I have to entertain the people on my own. Let's see, what are people saying in chat?
This is what happens when I'm in the midst of unpacking.
Ah yes, indeed, Triffid. Do not objectify tempo. That's my job. Let's see. This is one of the current situation. Let's see. Ah, many claps for me. Thank you. So, I don't know how long Greg is gonna be gone. Wait, oh hey, Chrono Trigger music? Where? Also, the music had stopped for me for some reason. Oh, I can't hear the music on stream because Greg can't, like, we are using Zoom, and you can't share music and voice at the same time. Like 2 separate sound sources. So he just sends me a link to where the music is always, and I play it like on my own.
Okay. Nope, I have it
So it's always out of
downstairs
sync.
in my bag that I have not yet emptied. So I am not going to go run and do that now. You're just going to have to imagine amazing, awesome thing. Amazing work from Tari. So Tari, are you ready for the big reveal for what the next cover looks like?
Oh boy.
I'm going to put it on full screen. Oops. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
All
I
right.
was born ready.
Our next one is Book 33, Sky Lord. Yeah,
Sky Lord.
this one's coming at you. Roar!
Oh my God, that looks awesome. So what's the genre here? Like, this reminds me very much of like heavy metal, the old magazine.
Yeah. So what it says is, I'll hold it while I read it. So, Labaston, genius geneticist and renegade steward of Vax, king of the planet Ensulina, is poised to conquer the cosmos with an army of terrifying clones, dog-headed prefectas, the perfect warriors. Only a solo mission can penetrate the defenses of Labaston's fortress planet Arok. Only the best solar trooper can undertake such a mission. That agent, now correct, just sit down for this one, chat. That agent is you, if you dare. So this is Skylord, and it says, it says the setup is that you are Skylord. This one we don't actually pick a name. You are Skylord Jang Mistral, elite solar trooper, special agent, and 4-armed humanoid warrior from the 16th Aeon. Your home planet Encelina is just one of countless thousands of worlds inhabiting the famous Hollow Phallus star chain, a dazzling spray of more than 100,000 live stars and innumerable planetoids bordering the Berenice's super galaxy. Oh my
man.
god.
Yeah, this is like some proper metal, heavy metal stuff.
Yep.
The book, not the music.
And
I mean, the music also, but also Lobo. I don't know. You did probably never read Lobo. You're not the kind of guy who would read Lobo.
What is Lobo?
Lobo is DC's super hero, quote unquote. He's like a space bounty hunter who is like just a mountain of muscles and has like a space chopper. And he hunts people for bounties, and occasionally runs into other characters from like the DC world. So
And it was called Lobo.
he like the main character is Lobo.
I had not heard of that actually. I had not heard of it. What the flip? All right, I'm going to show you one. I don't want to do spoilers, but this is what we have to look forward to, chat. I think that's an attack candle.
Of course. Oh my god, I'm gonna have so much fun with this.
So basically, yeah, it says that it's kind of space, but like pulp space, I'm guessing, like Golden Era type of stuff. And there is personal combat in here, which is like regular combat, but there's also combat weapon clashes, and it says most of the time these encounters involve fighting between sophisticated combat vehicles, one of which is always piloted by yourself. At the beginning of your adventure, you're equipped with a starship called the Star Spray, and then later on you can maybe get other starships as well. So they actually have, in addition to the regular like sheet, they also have this. Check this bad boy out. 4 high-powered lasers, 12 force shield pods. Good gravy. So.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, we're going into space, Tari. That's what's happening.
Going to space.
And wow.
I like space.
Nice. And then at some point we fight this candle. I don't know. I don't know if we do.
Maybe we kisses instead.
That's true. We could. It's possible.
Seems
that
to
we
have some very kissable lips.
Yes. I think that would probably hurt. I'm guessing it's probably.
Oh, I mean, that's just part of the fun, isn't it?
I am super excited to give that a shot. But yeah, so we're gonna head into space. And again, chat, these are all ones that I've never played any of these now for a long time because they only came through to like book 21 or 22 in the States. So all of these ones are now Puffin editions that I had to order. And I have all the way through. I think I have one more book beyond this, and then after that, it's more ordering. And also, Tari and I always want to give Tari the option too that if Tari wants to try some, venture off into Lone Wolf or wants to try like we did some Sagard the Barbarian, we did Sherlock Holmes. I know Tari wanted to do Dark Eye at some point. I think.
Well, that was one of the things I recommended.
Yeah.
Mainly the thing is at this point that I just like want to do diverse settings. So like not like the same setting after one another, just like to keep things fresh. I think that was like one of the things with Lone Wolf because we did like 2 Lone Wolf books in a row. So that got a little boring, I think.
Right.
At some point.
Right. But there is a lot of variety with these. I mean, certainly
yes,
this doesn't have anything to. This does not seem to lead to that.
But we now had like a little bit of cosmic horror with like stuff, which was nice. With like weird creatures. Weird creatures are always a bonus because I love drawing weird creatures.
Check out that dude, Tori. I think that might be our guy because he's 4-armed, right?
Might be. Very, very handsome fellow.
That's the new version of Tempo when
Oh no.
know.
They do have very similar hair. I
Torso
might give him
this.
a slight redesign, possibly.
Yeah. It does feel like Mortal Kombat. That's true. He looks like Goro, right? Dragon. They started the best phase. They just put it out these crazy books. Yeah. I mean, I like these things. There's a sort of dynamic quality to them, but I just like the way that they work with chat. Oh my God. This is like, I don't want to spoil. This is like another. Okay.
Don't.
All right. I'll stop. I'll resist. I shall resist. And besides, the best part of this is discovering what Tari draws for it anyway. What illustrates for it. So, really, really cool stuff all the way through. So I guess, Tari, because we have a few minutes left here before I let you go, you should tell me what was your sort of, I guess, what was your, you talked about the highlight being the teas and so on. Was there anything that surprised you about our meeting in person, the meeting of other people from chat and so on in person, like watching the D&D event? Like, is there something that stood out that surprised you, or that you were like, this is super cool, but I didn't expect it? Or this was, I didn't expect that they would look like this or seem like that or be the other thing. Like, do you have any?
You were taller than I expected.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm kind of used to like people always being shorter than me.
That's true. I was prepared for the fact that you were tall because you had made it clear that you were. So I mean,
I'm relatively tall, just like, by like, statistically speaking, I'm tall. I'm like not freakishly tall. So,
yeah.
Just like more taller than average. But, yeah, things that surprised me. Ooh, that's a difficult one.
Or that stood out, I guess. Something that you were like, besides the tea, where you're like, this was awesome.
Out. Oh, all the explosions. So, for those who were not personally around to witness that, when playing with Greg's son, or like hanging out with Greg's son, he had us play Choose Your Own Adventure book. He himself was in the process of writing. And basically everything ended up in explosions. The book. Yes,
I felt bad because every time it was like, oh yeah, your son showed this to me for like a half hour or 45 minutes. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't mean to like have my friends babysitting my kid. I just, I would like, because I'd be talking to someone and like, meanwhile, he's like doing his choose your own adventure with what, he is rather energetic.
I love doing that. That was cute. That was really nice. It also was like just brilliant, like the kind of stuff he came up with, just absolutely out of the box insane.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So no, actually, genuinely had a good time. Also like as I told people while I was there, how surprising it was, how good like an English breakfast actually was.
Yes. Yeah.
Because like it doesn't look like super interesting or yummy or whatever, but like it's actually really, really yummy.
Yes.
At least the one that I had, where I ate it.
I agree with that. I actually was talking to someone about this. Saber might have brought this up too. That like I thought that the whole like English food is bland and boring. I honestly did not encounter that at all. Like there was some meals that were better than others, and I didn't fully understand why there's so much spice in everything for some reason. Like we had spaghetti our first night in London that had a jalapeno in it. We're like, in Glasgow, nice. And we're like, why would you put a jalapeno in spaghetti? I don't know.
Because it's good.
Because
spicy food
too much. So it's a little bit like that. But like in general, there was a lot of really good food there. So I think the boring English food thing is way overstated because it's Glasgow.
Or like maybe it's like just one of those things that like used to be true, possibly, and then like people were like, oh no, we have to like prove to the world that we can actually cook here. So they,
only took a couple thousand years. Just kidding. Well,
I mean, it's like with, oh my God, it's like the whole thing. Like, I don't think I talked to any one of you, but like with my one friend group with like half of the folks being from the UK. When we took the train to Oxford, that I just like the entire ride, I was just dunking on the UK rail system, how everything worked, like the terrible train station designs and stuff like that. That like, because like people always like really praise the German railway system like folks from the UK do that,
Right.
right? That's the whole stereotype. Oh my God, Germany has such an amazing railway system. No, our railway system is baseline back home. It's just that the UK railway system sucks ass.
Well, the thing about it is, this is what I noticed about it. The
Really
thing
terrible.
it was, yeah. I mean, well, so the thing is, when I was taking the train down from Glasgow to Oxford, the train itself was fast, quiet. Like that was very cool, clean. Like that was great, right? The issue was, for me, figuring out how to get onto one of these things, because the way they do it is like it's allegedly nationalized, but they also basically farm out stuff to private companies. So there's like the Great Western Railway, there's like a Rita or Alita or Lolita. No, there's something. I don't remember.
This down, will I?
Yeah, there was something. I
gosh.
can't remember what the other one was. But there's basically like 3 or 4 different trains, and each of them have their own apps. Like I literally at one point had installed, no lie, 10 separate apps just for travel while in the UK. Like the Oyster travel app, the Vitla. And I was just like, what the hell is this? Like my wife and I at one point were like trying to get tickets to go from Oxford to London. And my wife's like, well, it's this time at this time. I'm like, well, I have that too. But we were looking at 2 separate websites from 2 separate companies. We're like, what is this? It was so confusing. And the thing is, you can reserve seats, but when you get on and reserve those seats, if a train was canceled, which happened to us the second time, because the first time we just got tickets. We didn't know you had to reserve seats. So we had to sit there the whole time and worry we were going to get kicked out of our seats. Then the second time we're like, we're going to reserve seats. But they canceled the train, which meant that then the reservations go nowhere. So now you just are in the train. Like it was getting on the train was confusing. Once you're there, it was all fine. But like getting on it was weird. Like just strange.
Very much so.
Yeah, it was strange. But yeah.
Also, like one thing, like specifically about Paddington Station, which you also passed through then, obviously.
Yes.
Like I'm really glad that I don't need a wheelchair, specifically because I've been to London now. Like, good Lord, like London hates wheelchair users, I have a feeling.
Yeah.
So when you like walk from the tube to the railway station in Paddington Station, they have like this whole thing where there is a ramp from the railway part to like the path to the tube, to the subway.
Mm-hmm.
Except that the last meter of this part is 3 extra steps on the ramp. Why?
Yeah. Well, also
Why?
that's ridiculous. Also, and when they say the whole thing about mind the gap, like they're not joking. You have to step up. Like in New York, the subways are on the same level as the platform. The doors open, you walk smooth, but you had to like get up onto the gap, and it was a good 6 to 8 inches. Like a wheelchair's not going to do that, you know. And Emily's right too. The lifts were out. A bunch of the elevators were out too. So it was just like, okay, good luck. Like it just happens. Like that was very odd to me. I agree with you. Like the sort of management of how you would get from one place to another was definitely weird.
Yeah.
And
though the tube itself was like very cool, actually.
Yeah, that was
except
fine.
for the Victoria line, I hereby want to go on record saying fuck the Victoria line.
I never did the Victoria
no air
line.
Conditioning on that thing, and it's incredibly loud on that one. I mean, they're all very loud. All the lines are very loud, but like the Victoria line took the cake out of all the ones that I have taken while there.
Yeah, and Caro says the reason is that
everything's
everything's old and nobody can be bothered to completely do the things that need rebuilding. I mean, Caro, it's funny. That is something which has often been said in America too. Until like 2 years ago, about a year ago, Biden got the Inflation Reduction Act. And then there's also a Build Back Better Infrastructure Act. And the Infrastructure Act has like billions of dollars, which are now finally attending to literally thousands of bridges that need work, roads that need work, like all this stuff. And some of that deals with bus stations and things like that. But still, a lot of the bus stations and subway stations are like 50 years old, 90 years old, you know? So that's not just a thing in the UK for sure, but it is like it's not politically popular to actually do it because it's not sexy, right? It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it's like fundamental to society that you have to be able to do these things. So
Yeah. Oh, also like one thing, like it was like one station that we had to like switch subway lines multiple times. I don't remember which one it was, but like that one had like a mandatory elevator that you had to take.
Mm-hmm.
But to get to that elevator, you had to first climb a flight of, I don't know, 10 stairs or something, 10 steps. And it's like, why is this constructed this way?
Yeah.
Why doesn't the elevator just go to the level? Like, come on, people.
It
this
seems
is like...
silly. It seems silly. Oh, yours was fine, Saber, yeah.
Also, what I really did love is like the whole way the tube is like organized, as far as like the maps go and everything. Like I now understand why people are so hyped for like the whole aesthetic of the tube, right? About the map design and the logo design and everything. No, I get it now. Like I have never seen a public transportation line that was like so easy to navigate. My goodness, like everything is color coded. Isn't that fantastic? And like the lines?
Yes.
It's not just like, oh, this line goes like this and that station. No, it's like this line goes this and that station, and also in direction of north, south, west, east.
Yeah.
Which is so helpful.
That's right. It reminded me a little bit of Boston also has a basically color-coded system. You got the red line, the green line, the blue line, and so on. And that's a lot better than some of the lines we get in New York, where it's the 1, the 9, they're different colors at different times or whatever.
God.
So it's definitely good in that score. Although I will say that one of the things they didn't do, and this is something that I couldn't quite fathom either, when we tried to do buses, so you can, you saw this happening to me once.
Yeah, I was there for that.
I got very pissed off because what happened was, so I'm coming in with my family, right? And I've got I used my credit card a lot because of the whole tap to use. That was a very big thing all throughout the trip, actually. But we also had later on that we would get this Oyster card, which is like their version of, in New York, it's the Metro card that you can put fares on. You can fill it up with fares and then use that to go through the turnstile, right? So on the bus, they have this tap thing. Great. So I didn't have that card yet. Even if I had, later on I found out it wouldn't have mattered. I tapped the thing with my credit card. This is at night, I think after we did the theater, after we were on the way back to the apartment. And so I tapped it, and then I've got 4 people in my family, myself, my wife, my 2 children. So I tap it through, and then the next one comes on, and I tap it again, and it like gives me the yellow light, but basically it's not working. And the bus driver's like, oh yeah, it's 1 card per head. And I'm like, I'm sorry? He's like, it's 1 card per head. I'm like, what? So apparently you can't, now just sort of, see if you can follow the logic on this. The card could have 7,000 pounds on it. It doesn't matter how much it has on it. You can only swipe once per person. This is ridiculous. Like, first of all, not only is it a waste of all the extra cards you'd have to print, but like, how was I going to know that getting onto the bus? When coming out on the bus, no one had said anything to me about it at all. I said to the guy, I'm like, do you want me to get 4 credit cards, 1 per person, so I can board the bus? And he's just like, oh, well, just do it for next time. And then a couple of the other bus drivers were like, sort of like kind of growling a bit too. And I'm like, what? Even when I got the Oyster card, then that only let me bring 2 people on because, again, 1 card per head. So they would rather have people with 4 separate cards, each with like whatever it is, 5 pounds, instead of 1 card with like 100 pounds or 200 pounds. Doesn't matter because you can only, I mean, dumb. That's just dumb. It's flat out stupid. And so that was weird because I just, at a certain point, I was getting very agitated because I'm like, dude, I couldn't believe the guy was telling me that I really needed to go buy a credit card. This is like 11 at night also. So I need to buy more credit cards. And I had plenty of room, in terms of amount. But so that was, they need to rethink that setup, that system. That said, though, buses went everywhere. So
right after moving to the Netherlands with the buses here, because you can't buy like a bus ticket with cash in the Netherlands. You have to use a card. And I didn't know that. And I had like this really important appointment that I had to get to. And so I was just there at the bus station. I'm like, oh, okay, I have money. Look at my money. It's right here. But no, they don't
wasn't
take
good
any
enough.
Cash. No,
Ridiculous.
Because, like,
And
apparently, like the official reason, so I've been told, is that there's been like issues with like people like doing like robberies of buses in certain regions. But I'm like, down here, like this is like the most peaceful part of fucking Europe. that
Yeah,
I
I mean,
live in
like,
currently. It's like really,
and that
like this is not like Rotterdam or something.
yeah, like it's silly. And the thing is, if you want to make it as easy as possible for people to do mass transit, then
Yeah.
that's the way to do that. Like, and Effect Life, yeah, the thing about waiting a minute before a credit card can be used again, it wasn't even waiting a minute, right? Because you have to finish the bus ride before they let you use it again. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like,
Yeah.
the person right after me could have a separate credit card, could swipe it literally 2 seconds after I do, and it works fine. It's the fact that they don't want multiple fares on one card. And I kept thinking, like, what exactly is the scam that I could be pulling off? Like, haha, I've fooled you. I've legally filled my card with enough money to cover all the rides, and now I'm going to use it for different people, which is the same amount of money. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's just silly. But the buses did go everywhere. It was cool to do the double decker buses as well.
Yes.
I really liked that.
Also, the designs are great. Like for the new ones, electric ones.
Yeah.
I really love like the how when you look at the back where like the staircase goes up, and how the window follows the staircase.
Yes.
Just looks so elegant, so nice.
My son was cracking up with me because we were on the second floor of one of those hop on hop off buses, which was the double decker. But the thing is that we found in the UK is that the roads are right next to the sidewalks. I mean, like, there's it's just right there. So the trees, even though that they had them cut, we were often like banging, like we'd be driving along and then the roof is just like, because it's literally banging through tree branches.
Right. Oh my god, I remember. Yeah.
And the first time it happened, I'm like, what? And then it had to happen again. I'm like, okay. Like, my son was cracking up. He thought it was really funny because every time it's just, with the
That was
branches.
Like really easy to see in Oxford, especially when we took the
Yes.
bus to the graveyard.
Yes.
And like just like seeing like the perfectly cut out rectangular shapes in the trees where the bus had been going through.
Yeah, it was very funny.
Like that wouldn't like happen over here or like back home because like the like they just cut back the trees regularly to avoid that.
And our buses don't go that high. Like, we don't have any we have very few double decker buses in the US.
That's true. We don't have like we just have like those long distance buses. Those can be double decker. But like no line buses.
No line buses, yeah.
Double decker line bus.
I mean, it makes sense, right? Because you get more people in. I mean, the other thing is too, when we were trying to get through to get up to the London Eye, just doing bus rather than going down on subway, which we did the one time. Like, there were buses. A bus comes up, a bus pulls in front. There's a bus right behind us. There's like there were lots of buses. Like, it was.
But that's like
it was bus
large
central.
cities for you, right? That there's just very little waiting time on. That's
Yeah.
like not a London special thing, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Like other large cities have that too.
I guess, but like New York, I don't know, just comparing it, let's say, to New York or to Chicago, like, the buses are more spaced out than that. You don't have as much of a wait, but it's also like, it felt to me like literally, because these are the big size vehicles, are literally just like bus and then another bus right behind them and another, like, these are big vehicles that are like pulling up next to and in front of each other, and that does not happen in the States. Usually there's a little bit of time between buses. But this was just like bus on top of bus. And all the drivers were like, oh yeah, they're just like used to as that's happening or whatever.
So how like bus dependent is New York? Because like I only ever hear about the New York subway, never about like New York buses.
No, buses are a big part of New York travel,
Okay.
mass transit. Yeah, especially because people getting from one of the boroughs, if you're going from the Bronx down to Manhattan, there are some places where you can't immediately get to the subway, or there are gaps between lines. Going from Manhattan into Queens, or going from like Queens to Brooklyn, you would think it would be a straight shot from Brooklyn to Queens. It really isn't on a subway. You got to go over and around to come back. So yeah, subways are definitely a huge
like
part of things, but
or like under river tunnels.
you can,
Bridges.
but you can with subway. But but it doesn't. But you have to go west, south, and east. There are almost no lines, if any, that go literally from Brooklyn to Queens. That go from south to north or north to south. It's weird, but that's the way they do it. Again, like Caro said about the UK, it's because this lines are old. They need to build some more lines, but they haven't because it's expensive and all that. But yeah, buses are a big part of the sort of in between stuff. Like, for example, the closest one that goes to St. John's subway line is like 2 miles away. So you could walk it, but a lot of people then just use that and then get on a bus, take the 2 miles to go up the rest of the way, and then it drops you off right in front of campus. So yeah, buses are definitely a big part of things in New York. Once you get outside of that, then it depends. Like, you have to be in the big cities for that. And I was talking to Fleos about this, and I guess in Canada, buses in some of the big cities maybe, but mass transit in general is just not a thing for the most part in Canada. It's very car dependent, which is partly because it's such a huge country, like land wise. But so yeah, it was different. Yeah, exactly. The rules should be 1 bus per line every 10 minutes. What you get is 3 buses at the same time every half hour. Yeah, there were so many times where it's like, I was like, this one's been delayed. And so it shows up, and then like 30 seconds behind it, here comes another bus. Like, yeah. So, but regardless, it was, I'll talk more about it on Thursday, but it was a wonderful experience. And I'm so glad that I did it. And I'm so glad that you were able to come, Tari, and the people in chat that I met were able to come. But it was really good meeting Tari face to face and getting to see this person I've been friends with for many years and played games with for many years. And everyone said this too, that it was surreal, right? Like, we were like doing the whole poking each other, like, you know, in the shoulder. Are you a real person? You are a real person, you know? It was surreal. We both knew each other.
I didn't have that moment because I'm kind of used to like meeting people that I first just know online for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't have this whole like, oh, you're a real person. Like, I don't have this kind of hurdle, I guess.
That's fair.
But yeah.
I know a couple people mentioned it was surreal. I just was very happy that it all came together.
Same.
And we were able to make it happen. So it was good times.
So. Also, I finally got to ride the Eurostar, which was on my bucket list. So that's nice.
How was that train compared to the others? Like, was that?
It was fine.
Fine.
It sure was a train. It was very bog standard.
Bog standard train, but under the whole thing being in the tunnel under the sea. That's wild.
Yeah. Oh, I told Greg this in the green room before the stream, but I was reading Greyshade while going through the tunnel back, so he now has like an achievement.
That's right. One of my readers has read it in the tunnel.
Yes, like 100 meters under sea level, below sea level.
A good spot for Greyshade to be. It's using the sewers, basically.
Outstanding.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear what Tari thinks when she finishes it. But yeah, that is cool. I have not had anyone. I've had people read the book at 30,000 feet, you know, on the plains and so on, but I've never had anyone read it in a tunnel that I know of. So yeah.
See? Well, especially not one that goes that low, right?
Right.
Below sea level. That's like the thing, right? Because like you can read, like there's plenty of train tunnels to go through, but then you're not below sea level usually.
No, right. This is underneath. No, for sure. For sure, that's
like,
a totally different thing.
People taking the train to Switzerland or Austria would know what that's like.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a tunnel and another tunnel and another and another
tunnel and tunnel and tunnel and tunnel. It's pretty wild, though. I saw the while I was there, we saw the map of North America train line density versus European train line density, and it's just like Europe is just covered in spider webs, and like North America's like one line. It's like, you know, you can count them with ease, how many lines there are. So, but it was good. It was a great time. It was good to see Tari, and we are going to see Tari again online. I don't remember if we have Beowulf set for, well, I guess we don't know yet because it's September has not been figured out yet. Yeah, new month. So, but we will have Tari Tuesdays again. We will be back into Beowulf. And then we will be back into our next one of these books as well. So, Tari, why don't you pitch your store again so people can go get your stuff?
Oh, yes. Wait, we now have a command for that.
Right.
Already,
it is ! Tari buy. So try that out, chat. TARIBUY.
Oh, yeah, somebody type that. !
TARIBUY. Tari buy.
And please buy my stuff. I literally bled for making these books. Okay, I cut my thingy.
That is true.
A lot, it bled.
Thank you.
And also I wanted to murder my printer multiple times in the process. Also can get some postcards of various things.
You can get the postcard, and you can get the art book. And you can
Also,
rate them. Leave a good rating, okay? Leave a 5-star rating on TripAdvisor.
and also, I do also have some posters, but I have not like looked into the logistics of shipping those without having to fold them yet. That's why they're not on the store yet.
Okay.
This
is cool. This even shows you the number left of each thing. That's super cool.
No. The command is good. I just couldn't remember what it was.
No. I'm talking about the page, your web page. Like I went over to the website to your store front.
Oh, sorry. I meant Triffid. Triffid was saying that. Like,
I was looking at the wrong thing.
Sorry, Greg. What were you saying?
I was saying that I like all the number that it shows you how many are left of each thing. That's really cool.
So support small scale artists.
Yeah, seriously, please do.
The trip to London was very expensive.
Yeah, no, please do. And Tari and I are talking about this is okay. So there's no information and no guarantees of anything yet, but we have talked about the possibility of collaborating on a potential thing, a project down the line. We have to keep it exactly as vague as that because we don't have any more details yet. But there could be, if you like what Tari does here, there could be more Tari art in your future that's associated with me somehow, maybe. But that only relies on whether people are supportive of our various endeavors. So you should definitely go and support by picking up stuff. And if you do that, you get this awesome art. Which is just... I have it. I have it right here.
Maybe I should say the book contains almost every piece I have drawn in relation to the channel, which includes all of the artwork from all the gamebook streams and also various character artworks that I did, also random stuff that I did while in chat watching other games.
She did the characters from Tyranny of Dragons. There's Samil and Cade from Tyranny of Dragons and all that, and Gromnir, that was Sod's character, and a whole bunch of ones like that. We had a bunch of those. Please be quiet. Add. Okay, there we go. But yeah, so super cool. And yeah, Celsig is there. That's right, Celsig is there. Where is it? Ryuvi, TikTok. There's Celsig.
Yes.
There is Celsig.
Yes.
And then you've got Uraash. This is from the Storm King's Thunder one. There's River. There's Gesma, and right there is Greta Guldenfire, I believe. Yeah, so just very cool stuff. My first D&D character, that's right. So much good work here. I also want to check this out for Beowulf. Look at this.
Oh yeah, I did a whole spread for all the Beowulf art I did so far.
So good. And
including some stuff that I have never published anywhere else before. I should mention.
And the best ones.
So nobody's seen it besides me and Greg and Trendane, I guess.
There you go. There's the best one. Just the best part is that page.
And the Naruto one. The best part is just I was very happy when I found the one where I'm asleep drawing again.
Yep.
To put that one as the last drawing in the book.
It was very appropriate.
I found it very appropriate considering how tiring.
It's legitimately how many drawings would you say are in here, Tari, if you had to guesstimate? How many?
I don't know. I can probably check from my file.
Well, no, I didn't want. That's why I was saying guesstimate because I didn't want to give you more work. But
I have literally no idea.
12,
I'm really bad with numbers. Let's
16,
see.
17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm
God,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 31. It's all right. I'm doing a guesstimation right now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Is
8,
there?
9, 40,
Oh,
1,
maybe
2, 3, 4,
the program I use,
7, 8,
Scribus,
9,
might
51,
have a
2,
thing where it
3,
tells me
4,
how many
5, 6,
image
7,
files
8, 9, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4,
are in the
5, 6, 7,
document.
8, 9, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I'm halfway through the book, and it's 100 images so far.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So hundreds, chat. Literally, there's got to be over 200 images in here. Easily.
Yeah,
so that for 25, what is this, pounds, bucks, 25?
Euro.
25 euro. For 25 euro to get that is honestly a steal. That is a lot of artwork. And it's so varied because it has, and if you've been watching but part of any of these in chat, it would be even more cool, for that. Plus we got some heraldry in here too.
Well, very few heraldry things. That was the thing because...
heraldry right there. Look at it.
Yes.
There it is.
For Adventures in Middle Earth. Some stuff I designed.
Super cool. So yeah, it was really like a great. I got a couple things. One of which I'm going to be showing off at the GOG stream coming up in a little over an hour. I'll be showing off one of the other gifts that Mike gave me, but gave all of us actually that were players. But just this was a really cool thing that I got early on when I met Tari, and it was really awesome. So, and a surprise, I didn't know that there was going to be something like that put together. But
I know, because it was a secret.
it was a really good secret. It was cool. Thank you for these amazing years. Here's to many more. For Arvin Elleron and the Arvinauts. It was great. Super great. Now, there is one. I have to put in one warning about the Dune RPG premiere. One warning. The person who is the GM for this, their laptop is currently on the last 2 days. The laptop basically is the equivalent of blown up. So it does feel like the Dune premiere has been cursed, but it's coming. I swear to God, it's coming. We have the players. We have the system. They've done their session 0. They're ready to go. It's just literally getting all of their ducks in a row. I'm ready to be able to host it. But it's a matter of, so I would say that the Wednesday Dune premiere is a little up in the air. That's why I wasn't talking about it very much, because I don't yet know for sure that it's going to happen, which is frustrating personally to me. And I know to Johnny, it's not Johnny's fault. It's just, it happens. So hopefully we will be there within the next couple of weeks. It's going to happen come hell or high water. By the end of next month, there will be a Dune premiere. I don't care if I have to freaking, I don't know what I do. I do something. I'm guaranteed that it's going to run. But anyway, so yes, definitely be on the lookout for that, Carol, but it's it may not be tomorrow night, just so you know. So anyway, all right, well, I'm going to let you go, Terry, because I got to get ready myself for D&D in about an hour. This was, as always, wonderful and lovely. And anywhere else you want people to go besides that storefront that we just showed you about you?
Yeah, you can follow me on either Tumblr, Blue Sky, or Kara at TariToons, which is where I post my art and things. So yeah, go follow me there if you don't already. And yeah, please buy my stuff.
Yes, definitely buy Tari's stuff. It really would be helpful. Please do that. And Tari, thank you. I will see you very soon. Within the next couple of weeks, I'll be seeing you again online.
Thank you very much for having me. Bye-bye.
Bye, Tari. Love chat for Tari. Bye-bye. All right. So that is going to be that for this. So, yes, I'm excited for Tari drawing Space Bikers as well. I could not agree more. That's going to be a good time. So, good stuff. Good stuff. I really enjoyed that. And Slaves of the Abyss is complete. Again, another book is defeated. Very excited about that. All right, chat. So that is going to do it for me for this stream. But as I told you all, this is a very, very busy day of streaming today. In literally about an hour and 2 minutes to be exact, I'm going to be over on GogCom's channel with By the Dice Roll for our first stream since the live event in London. This will be returning, of course, to our Saltmarsh campaign. And it's also going to feature Undeveloped Bruce, who was not able to join us for the live event, but Bruce will be back for this. So we will have the full crew assembled. I don't think Fleos is joining us. I have to double check if Fleos is joining us, because Fleos may be back to school now. So Fleos may not be able to join us for this. We'll see. Fleos is a guest star, a regular guest star for the Saltmarsh campaign, but can only be on there when his teaching does not conflict. So I think he might be back to school. I got to double check. We'll find out. But if not him, then you will still see the other 5 regular members of Pyre and Jade and Darksaber 2K and Peripheral Mike, also known as Wholesome Horror Gaming, and Undeveloped Bruce and Ananda. So we will be with you as we continue with Ghosts of Saltmarsh and we move into the midpoint of the campaign. I would say that Saltmarsh is entering basically the halfway mark right about now, which is cool because it's been a great campaign so far and more excitement to come. I will also be revealing that gift that I mentioned that was given to me, which is Saltmarsh related. So I'm excited to reveal that as well. That'll be at 4:15 p.m. Eastern over on GogCom's Twitch channel. Then tonight I'll be back here at 9 p.m. Eastern for the Our Vocalists as we finish up with the Banner Saga 3. That's going to be a good time as well. And that means a lot of things will be wrapped up. We wrapped up Slaves of the Abyss before the end of August. We'll wrap up the Banner Saga 3, and we will make good progress on Ghosts of Saltmarsh, and that'll set us up for September. Now, for those of you who did not hear my announcement on this before, very important that people hear this. Next video game up is going to be a game called Jusant. We're probably going to be playing that on Thursday. That is going to be a 1 or 2 session game, maybe 3. No, definitely, Carol. I'll talk a little more about that on Thursday night. So there's that. And then after Jusant is done, we are going to be playing for the subathon, and actually for the next couple of months probably, we're going to be playing the Unlimited Adventures Forgotten Realms Gold Box game with an adventure called Curse of the Fire Dragon. This has gotten very good reviews. It's a modern adventure. When I say modern, I would say past 2000, like it's 2009 or something like that, for the Unlimited Adventures, which itself is like, I don't know, 90, I forget when it came out, 97. Anyway, it's a gold box game. So we're going to have that gold box goodness combined with a adventure that by all accounts has a pretty good story. I'm very excited for it. It's going to be fun. I wanted to do something a little more retro. Also, I don't have to worry that anyone's going to be freaked out about spoilers. That was something which affected the numbers on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Understandably, people did not want to be spoiled. You don't have to worry about being spoiled in this game because it's been out for a long time. So I'm very excited for that, and I'm hoping we're going to get a big push there. That'll be part of our September program, and then after that, I think what I have geared up and ready to go is, let me see. I think the one that I have geared up after that is, hang on a second. Here we go. It is Crypt Master, which I also showed on stream. Basically a typing dungeon crawl. It's sort of hard to explain, but it's pretty cool. And then I'm probably going to give Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown a shot. Then after that, it gets very uncertain again. There's lots of games I want to try. I'm thinking about Lord of the Rings Return to Moria, thinking about Myth Force. I do want to try the Super Mario RPG at some point, which I've never actually played. So it'd be fun to try that now that they have a Switch version. Final Fantasy 16, although that one is definitely going to be a little while because I just had 100+ hours of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, so I'm good on Final Fantasy for a while. The Suikoden 1-2 remaster, I wouldn't mind trying and stuff like that, so we'll see. It's going to be good times, but I definitely know Jusant, which again, it's like 2 sessions maybe, Unlimited Adventures, Curse of the Fire Dragon, and then Crypt Master, and then probably Prince of Persia. So that, I would say Unlimited Adventures, Jusant, and Crypt Master take us through the end of the year. This isn't counting like, chat chosen game of the month and stuff like that. That's going to be continuing, or games that the Our Vocalists do. But that is going to be what I'm going to be focusing on myself when I'm not doing D&D sort of tabletop play. So that is very cool, and I hope you will let people know and spread the word about that. But I'm going to rise up on out of here. If you like what you saw and heard today, please follow the channel. Please check out our YouTube with !ArvTube, and thank you for those of you who are watching on YouTube today. Discord is !ArvCord. Please join us over there to hang out with the rest of the Arvanauts between streams. Twitter is !ArvTweets. Blue Sky, please do join us over on Blue Sky. I would love to eventually move off of Twitter entirely before Twitter explodes. So if you could join us for that, that would be great. !ArvSky. And then the website for this is arvaneleron.com. Financially, !ArvTreon. That's that Patreon right there, which is good for you. You can get unique stuff for you and also unique stuff for the channel, so please support us there. Also, we have the Patreon. We also have the shop, !Arv Shop. More merchandise coming there as well, but we have a lot of merchandise available there already. !Arv shop for that. Subbing to the channel is really appreciated. You can sub and or resub to the channel, get those custom sub badges and emotes to use here, there, and everywhere across Twitch. That always helps. Big sub push coming next month for September, so don't forget about that. You can also support my writing, !Icarus, my graphic novel from Athos Arts. !Library is my Tales and Tomes, The Forbidden Library. That's my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment. And while I'm on that subject, don't forget !Hearthglow. We have YouTube playlists now for the Hearthglow shows. We also have have a page over on Arvin Eleron's website, arvineleron.com, for more of that. I'm going to be putting a page together for that too. So that stuff really makes a difference. Thank you very much, my love. Thank you, thank you. So that also makes a difference, and I would love it if you could give that some support. Please check that Hearthglow podcast out. That is between that's between Return to the Forbidden Library and Beyond the Forbidden Library is what that covers, with Carlos Hernandez, CSE Cooney, Zach Clay, and Adam Petrosino, being done live at the Klein, recorded, I should say, at the Klein. So please join us for that. Please also continue to support Gen GMs as well, my GM show with Zach Clay and myself, which is continuing to put out shorts and long videos as well. So there's all that. And oh yes, I was talking about library because of Hearthglow, right? And exclamation point Greyshade. That is my Greyshade IP. Greyshade, Renegade, Heretic, all part of the Grey Assassin trilogy, which is now complete. Really trying to spread the word about that. You can get those at that link. You can get the audiobook of Greyshade from our very own Trent Sparks there as well. And you can pre-order the tabletop role-playing game of Greyshade, which is coming out from Alligator Alley Entertainment. That will be out towards the end of this year, beginning of next year, being done by Brandon O'Brien and Alligator Alley Entertainment. Is going to be awesome. Let's see. Last but certainly not least, exclamation point BLM, Black Lives Matter. Important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Exclamation point Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And exclamation point Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage, and send the message we will do so for others in the future as well. Thank you to everyone who made this an awesome stream today. Thank you to my wonderful mods, Dragon Spear, Emily the Invincible, Hillness, Triffity Mats, and of course, TariToons was here earlier, also a mod. So thank you to all of those. Thank you to my wonderful Patreon supporters and subscribers, Dragon, Emily, Hillness, Triffid, Effect Life, and thank you so much as well to my viewers. Thank you to Antoine, to Betrader, thank you to Black Fury, thank you to Dark Saber, thank you to Enthalpy Flow, Imaginary Exponent, stay safe, Imaginary. Thank you to Jagtris and Mr. Jonas, and special thanks today to my dear friend TariToons for the wonderful work with the cartooning and art and all that good stuff today. It was great. Slaves of the Abyss complete. Next up, oh yeah. What? Skylord coming up next. But that's going to do it for me. Come by at 4:15 p.m. Eastern, GOGcom Twitch channel for Pen and Pixels with our next episode of Ghosts of Saltmarsh, and tonight 9 p.m. Eastern for the R Vocalist. Going to be a good time. Until then, yeah, exactly. Or actually, that's it for me. Much love to you all, and I'll catch you folks in just a little bit over on GOGcom. Until then, everyone be good to each other, and have a good night. Huh?